on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, Hawkeye Baseball is on the air. Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Oak Knoll Retirement Community. Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes. And by Bud & Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy online. Get your medical card today. Visit budmary.com. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball.
From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from Duane Banks Field, it's the home opener of the 2024 season with the Loras Hawkeyes and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Welcome to the broadcast. Alongside my fine color analyst, John Evans, I'm John Leo. How about this home opener on February 20th? The earliest start to the home slate in program history. Iowa enters today's game 2-1 on the season after beating Seton Hall and Ball State, but falling to Lehigh in the opening weekend out in Charleston. The Hawkeyes are ranked 18th nationally, moving up 2 spots from last week. This is Loras' season opener in 2024, and they return to Iowa City after the Hawkeyes won last year's game 9-2. A midweek game sandwiched between opening weekend and a premier tournament next weekend in Jacksonville. It's Loras and Iowa, the Hawkeyes and Hawkeyes live from Banks, with first pitch coming in a few minutes. Coming up after this break, we'll talk with head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Today, the 2024 home opener on February 20th. Great day here at Banks. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too, John.
Let's get a final recap of the weekend that was in Charleston to open our season.
Three completely different ball games. The one on Friday, we worked out of some jams and survived. Had some clutch pitching performances by Jack Whitlock and Zach Volker to get us out of potential game-losing jams. We played great defense, weren't so good offensively. We struck out a bunch. First night game of the year, and Seton Hall's going to win a lot of games. I told the guys after the Ball State game that between Ball State and Seton Hall, I wouldn't be surprised if they win close to 70 games combined. I mean, they're older teams and good arms, and those were super intense competitive games, which was what we need. That was great. And then we had a bunch of free bases on the mound, and we're sloppy there, and survived it. And then on Saturday we come out and Marcus Morgan set the tone with a gem. I mean, he pitched as well as I've ever seen him pitch, and he was in total control, and then turned the ball over to Anthony Watts, who in his first outing as a Hawkeye went out and just absolutely finished what Marcus had started. And we end up with a 5-0 2-hit shutout on Saturday with only 4 free bases on the day. You couldn't have drew that one up any better. And then you come out Sunday against Lehigh, who also is going to win some games this year. They have an older group and some tough kids, and the wind's blowing in, the cold front hitting the night, and my hope was that it would be, because we were playing on a field that had shorter dimensions. I was really hoping that the offense would get going in that game, and that was kind of the vision we all had. If we got off to a little bit of a slow start offensively, that maybe we could get the offense going on the field that we were playing on Sunday. And then the wind was blowing hard right in 30s real feel, and it's 10 in the morning, and it's like, oh boy, this is going to neutralize things quite a bit, and it did. And Cade Overmuller pitched really, really well in his first start on the weekend for us. He went out and did exactly what he needed to do. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was pretty darn good, and I was really proud of Cade. And he gave us when he left the game in the fourth. After the fourth inning, we were up 1-0, and then Reese Buter came in, and we were thinking same situation as the day before with Watts, that Reese would be able to, quite possibly close this one out. And then had a bad fifth inning where single, and then 2 quick outs, and then an 0-1 count that walks, and an 0-2 count that ends up walking, and then that 3-2 count, runners moving, and a capper falls in, and all 3 runs score, and then boom, things spiraled, and 2-run homer, and we're down 6-1, and on a day when 6-1 was like 12-1, and we fought back. We scored 2 in the bottom, and Zach Volker came in and settled things down and pitched well, and Brant Hogue got out there for the first time and had a scoreless inning, and that was good to see Brant get his first outing as a Hawkeye. And Sam Hart scuffled in his two appearances, which we got to get Sam straightened out, and he's going to be a big part of what we're doing, as is Reese. Get Reese an inning today hopefully, and let him get back out there and get things cleaned up. Those guys are really talented, and guys that, like I said, we're going to really need this year. So got to get them back on track and wipe it away. But that game was frustrating because I felt like, outside of us not getting leadoff guys on, we hit a lot of balls hard. We had three balls that would have been home runs on normal days, and 5 times we hit line drives with runners in scoring position where the ball was hit as hard as it could be and right at them, and several others with the leadoff guys that we didn't get anything to show for, and unfortunately we go down to Lehigh. And tip your hat to Lehigh. They pretty much did exactly what we did against Ball State. They only had 4 free bases, 1 walk on the day. Their pitchers just lived on the outer edge of the plate, didn't make a lot of mistakes, and they played great defense and made game-saving plays like you need to beat a good team, and they beat us.
Maybe it's too early to tell, Coach, but you come out of that weekend, what did you learn about your team through the first three games?
I learned that in 27 innings, and 25 of them were pretty darn good. And so for us to start the season off with 25 out of 27 good innings, that's a pretty good sign. And I think the message to the team today was, everybody, I hope, can see how good we can be when we just take care of what we can control, and when we can get everybody on the ball club to get their heads right, focus on whatever they can do to help the team, and get off of results and get off of trying hard and all those things that don't work. We're going to be a pretty good ball club. We got some tough challenges coming up. This weekend and next weekend and really the rest of the year. But, it's going to be good for us, and, win, lose, whatever. We just need to to keep improving on the mental game, and our offense hopefully can start getting going. It's tough when we've all done it. Those of us who've done it, it's crazy because you see the guys who are just hitting the heck out of the ball leading into the season, and then things go cold in a hurry, and guys that weren't all of a sudden are hot. Raider had been struggling here in the scrimmages, and he was all upset at how things were going, and then he goes out and tears the cover off the ball. And but we got to get Michael Seegers going, and we got to get Kyle Hucksdorf going, and we got to get Blake Guerin going, and Ben Wilmus has to get going, and all of that. But a couple really super positives was how our catchers did, picking up Cade with his injury. Davis Kopp had a good weekend. He didn't have a whole bunch of hits, but he had a bunch of good at bats, and he fought and he drove some runs in, and he did what he could do to have productive outs, and he's just a good presence in the middle of our lineup to give you a mature professional at bat, and that was good. And he caught great for both Brody and Marcus and the guys after them. And then Reese Moore got the start, his first start, and that was after he had a pinch hit double against Ball State later in that game. And he ripped the cover off the ball, and he only had one hit. He would have had a home run. He just smoked the ball every time, and he did end up getting a double, but he was 1 for 5. But hit the ball hard every single time he was up, and caught a good game. And the way he's swinging the bat right now, with the lack of lefties on our roster this year, I think Reese is going to have a big role if he can keep swinging it like he did. And then Cullen Strohmeyer got his first hit as a Hawkeye as well.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Duane Banks today. Okay, Coach, we're welcoming Loras, the Dewhawks, into town today. A late add to the schedule, but excited to get out here in beautiful Iowa City today.
Yeah, when we had just gotten to Charleston, and you were constantly following the weather, and man, it could be upper 50s, sun on Tuesday. What do you guys think? Should we try to find somebody to play? I mean, it makes no sense to scrimmage today when, our pitchers that haven't thrown in a real game have been, throwing scrimmages now for forever, all fall and all early season. And so I called Carl and Coach T-Bon and said, hey, can you guys play? And he said, yeah. And so I'd much rather have our pitchers who are going to throw today have a different color uniform to face.
Yeah. And just to touch on the weather for a moment, I'm sure you're on the same boat as I am. No more of that wind blowing in 50s when we're getting into May like we had to battle all last year, remember?
Yeah, it's crazy, how the wind works today. It's kind of, with a bunch of right-handed hitters, it's not going to be helping to the pull side, but it's going to basically help from center field to the right field foul pole today. But it's a southwest wind. But yeah, that's. I'm hoping best laid plans, but I'm hoping we can get some things going today and get some of our guys that were scuffling a little bit, get them on base and get them feeling good about themselves before the weekend. That's the goal. I mean, it doesn't always go the way it's planned, as these guys beat us, a few years ago, and kind of a similar game as what I described to this past Sunday. Where they played great. You maybe didn't play so great. You had a pitcher or two that didn't get the job done, and then all of a sudden you run into bad luck with line drive here, line drive there, and you're not getting anything to show for it. But more with this team, John, we're still kind of. That's the one thing I did learn too, is that this team is going to take some time offensively to kind of get that identity. It's a different type of offense than what we had last year, and. With that being said, I mean, we have a bunch of speed guys, and those guys being able to get on base and lead off innings and get on base any way possible, walk, bunt, whatever it might be, so that we can steal bags. I mean, we've got a bunch of guys that can steal bases, and whenever we had the opportunity to get on base, we put a ton of pressure on people. With Seton Hall and Ball State, we just weren't able to do that against Lehigh. So. Anyway, that's going to be the offense, and we don't have, Keaton Anthony and Brendan Derigi, aren't here. We've got some guys with some power. I'm not saying that, but just a different makeup to this offense than we've had in the past.
Coach, before we let you go today, just maybe a little bit into the pitching plan against Loras.
We're going to start Elliot Cadeau-Lanoux. He will get his first start, go 2 innings, get his first outing out there, and hopefully it goes clean and it goes well, and start putting Elliot in a situation to use on the weekend. And then you're going to see Jack Young, you're going to see Reese Buter for an inning, you're going to see Chaz Wheatley for an inning, you'll see Brant Hogue for an inning, you'll see Ben DeTay. We got to get Ben out there and get him going. He can be super helpful for us. Justin Hackett is going to get out there today, and then if we do have a bad inning here or there, we have some bailout guys with actually Anthony Watts and Jack Whitlock are both wanted to be on the board today, and then you've got Caleb Strack and then Sam Hart and Aaron Savary as some bailout guys as well. But so we're going to run a lot of guys out there, and hope that they all give us a good first outing of the season for them.
Sounds good, Coach. Thanks for your time. Good to see you again.
All right, thanks, John. Good to see you too.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Banks. Moments away from first pitch, it's Loras and Iowa. Coming up right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
True cannabis products like concentrates, vapes, tablets, creams are available legally in Iowa, but only at licensed medical dispensaries. Get a med card online, quick and easy. I got mine in less than a day. Chronic pain is the most common condition. Search for Bud & Mary's online or call their dispensary to learn how you can get your med card. Bud & Mary's grows real cannabis, not hemp. That means their products contain real THC with no percentage limits. Find an Iowa licensed dispensary near you at budmary.com.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively relentless.
Welcome back to Duane Banks Field. We're moments away from first pitch here in Iowa City. Loras in town to take on the Hawkeyes. Pleased to welcome in my color analyst, John Evans. John, it is great to be back in the booth with you. How you doing?
I am so much better now that you're manning all the controls, and I'm just providing the support role.
Listen, we make a pretty good team up here, John, so I'm happy to be back with you. You did a great job in Charleston. You'll do a great job in Jacksonville this upcoming weekend. We got a little business to take care of before we get to go to Jacksonville, though, and that's today with Loras in town. Late add to the schedule, and rightly so. The weather is nice enough to play, so hey, why not?
Well, this has been such a unique spring. The team was able to get outside, almost from the first days of practice, early February. And so they've scrimmaged each other a ton. And quite frankly, the pitchers are sick of looking at the Iowa hitters. The Iowa hitters are sick of looking at the Iowa pitchers. And so to get an opportunity to have Loras come down, I talked about it a little bit on the air this weekend where I know there's some folks that think, oh gosh, Loras, what a no-win game. Why would you do it? You do it because it doesn't hurt you no matter what happens. I mean, I know the world will end if Loras somehow figures out how to win again today, but it doesn't hurt Iowa in any way, shape, or form, and it gets you a different look. And you get your pitchers get out there. The adrenaline pumps differently when you're facing a team wearing purple and gold instead of white.
Right. Just a few seconds away from first pitch here as Max McCollum steps in for Loras, left-handed batter. As the first pitch is in there for a strike from the starter today, Elliot Cadeau-Lanoux, a freshman left-hander from Quebec, Ontario. He's ready for the 0-1 and a swing and a miss, 0-2. Quickly, McCollum's down in the count.
Elliot was kind of fun to hang around with this weekend. Some of the freshmen, there's a lot of turnover on the team, so it's fun to get to know the guys a little bit.
This is popped up to the right side. Guerin will move over at first base into foul territory. Called off by Gable Mitchell, but it's Guerin who makes the catch as the two collide. A heavyweight versus a lightweight there if you were paying attention on the wrestling mat, and it'd be takedown 3 for Blake Guerin as he knocks over Gable Mitchell, but makes the catch for out number 1.
Gable Mitchell's going to lose that collision all day, every day.
Rest of the batting order, at least for this half inning for Loras, will be Trevor Seagraves, who's into the box now, right-handed hitter. First pitch from Cadeau Lanoux is just inside, a bit low as well. Daniel Rogers is on deck for the Dewhawks. Jackson Cullen is the DH. Cody Sonny at third base batting 5th. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Cadeau Lanoux. Outside, just off the plate, 2-0. Nick DiBenedetto is in right. He'll bat 6, 7, 8, 9 for Loras today. Jack Carney, Alex Sandoval, and Jake Olszewski. 2-0 pitch from Cadeau Lanoux. Shot into center field. Huckstorf sprinting forward. He dives. He makes the play. He caught it. 2 down.
That's the third diving catch of the year for Huck. As he made a ridiculously good catch Friday night and then made another one just similar to that on Saturday. So he's in. His bat might not be where he wants it yet, but his glove certainly is.
Off to a great defensive start. Huckstorf, the quarterback of the outfield, playing center. Here's Daniel Rogers, left-handed hitter, big, tall first baseman for Loras. We'll set the Hawkeye defense now with Reese Moore behind the plate doing the catching. On the infield, Guerin at first, Gable Mitchell at second, Michael Seegers at short, Raider Tello at third. This pitch is popped up to the left side. Moore gives chase near the on-deck circle from his position at catcher, and he makes the grab for the third out of the inning. Defensively for the Hawks in the outfield, Peterson in left, Huckstorf in center, Wilmus in right. There we go. We finally got to the starting lineups here today. But 3 up, 3 down. Elliot Cadeau Lanoux, a great debut for that Hawkeye. 3 up, 3 down. Iowa coming to the plate in the bottom of the first. Right after this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network? It's free for 30 days. Want to test drive U.S. Cellular even faster? Just get a race car driver to be your personal chauffeur.
Just let me buckle my... Whoa! Hey, my calls and data work great out here!
Test drive U.S. Cellular free for 30 days. Named the leader in 5G coverage in Iowa.
You can pull over now! Please?
U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Awards based on open signal independent data. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye football.
Nothing doing for Loras in the top of the first inning, so the Hawks will come to the plate in the bottom half, ranked 18th nationally in this week's poll. Michael Seegers will lead things off, followed by Sam Peterson and Raider Tello. Davis Kopp is the designated hitter. He'll bat 4th. Reese Moore, the catcher, batting 5th. Ben Wilmus, he gets the start out in right. He'll bat 6th for the Hawkeyes. 7, 8, 9, Blake Guerin, Gable Mitchell, Kyle Huckstorf to round out the batting order for the Hawks. On the mound for Loras, a lefty, Dylan Ackerman. He'll get the start for the Dewhawks. Loras in purple tops with white pinstripes. They've got old gold Dewhawks spelled out across the chest with that same gold in numbering on the left hip. Gray baseball pants for Loras. Iowa in their home whites with Hawkeyes spelled out in black block lettering across the chest. White baseball pants for Iowa today. First pitch to Michael Seegers is a called strike that loops in there. 0-1 to the Hawkeye shortstop.
Michael's been struggling just a little bit. Got his first hit Sunday. Made some good contact. Just wasn't able to find the holes, as you heard Coach Heller talk about in the pregame.
1-1 is the count to Seegers after the next pitch falls outside. Crowding the plate a little bit is Michael as he shoots this into right. It's carrying a bit just in front of the track. The catch is made by the Loras right fielder. 1 down. That'll bring up Sam Peterson, Iowa's left fielder. Petey, he's off to a hot start this season.
Well, and that's kind of what what the challenge has been so far is Sam Peterson, Raider Tello have had good bats, good at-bats, and the rest of the team has really kind of struggled to follow along. You get one here or there, but not consistently yet.
First pitch to Peterson, low and out, ball one. Yeah, Peterson, 7 of 13, 6 runs scored, hit a double and a home run, had 2 runs batted in. This one way inside, almost caught him on the knees. 2-0, hitters count now for Sam.
And Peterson and Tello have 13 of Iowa's 27 hits this year.
That's good, but let's get some more balance with some of the other hitters in the lineup that are very capable, as there's a strike in there. 2-1.
69-mile-an-hour breaking ball there. That's a pretty good move there. I'm not sure you want to test that theory again, though.
Yeah. Here's a 2-1, hit on the ground left side off of a diving third baseman's glove, and it'll trickle into the outfield. That'll be a base hit for Sam Peterson, as he's now 8 of 14 on the season, and now his speed's on first base. We'll take that.
Yeah, good swing there. The third baseman got glove on it and actually ended up deflecting it under the shortstop's glove as the shortstop was stretched out to get it, and he misjudged where it was. And so, yeah, watch, even with the lefty, watch for Petey to try to get a good jump here, good lead, and see if he can steal another base. 5 already on the year.
Raider Tello in the box now for the Hawks. Bottom of the first, scoreless. Try a quick pickoff move over to first base. Petey dives back in. First pitch to Raider, just below the letters. That's a called strike. 0-1 to the Hawkeye third baseman.
Good fastball there, 85-mile-an-hour fastball. So hasn't shown that much to the first couple hitters, but came with it right there.
Peterson with a good lead at first. Quick move over there to keep him close. And Sam dives back in. Upper 50s today in Iowa City. Wind has shifted a bit, blowing out to center over the batter's eye. No balls and a strike to Tello. Here's the pitch. That's high and out. Good stop by the catcher, Olszewski, there to keep that from going to the backstop.
Yeah, really good snag there to keep that in play. Hawkeye hitters have done a decent job this year, other than I believe it was the second game, the Ball State game. Iowa hitters struck out a ton, but Friday night and Sunday afternoon they did a much better job of making contact and at least putting pressure on the defense that way.
Mm-hmm. Another pickoff move to keep Peterson close. He's just past the cut of the grass over there, and he takes off on this pitch that is high and inside. Tello had to duck out of the way to avoid from being struck by that pitch. Peterson, with no throw, gets to second base for another stolen bag for Petey. Up to 6 now.
They guessed right on the fastball part of it, so they had a chance, but then he throws it up and in. There's just no chance there for the catcher to snag it and throw it over Tello's head after he made the grab.
2 balls and a strike now to Raider with the runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Peterson taken off for third. It was a hit and run, hit foul by Tello, straight back into the net.
That might have been one of those. Sam's got a green light, and so as he got a walking lead, had the pitcher timed up pretty well, and obviously Raider with a 2-1 count had to go ahead and swing at a good pitch as well. But that might have been more of a green light steal from Petey.
Mm-hmm. Middle infield pinched for Loras. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Ackerman comes set. Here's the pitch. High and out. This one gets to the backstop. Rolls back to the catcher, but Peterson will get to third. No sweat there. Full count now for Raider.
This will be a little different. The last 2 years when Iowa's played Loras, it's been, a week or 2 later in the season. 2 years ago, I think Gustavus Pasco pitched 7 innings or something. Last year he pitched. He also pitched a good number. This year, Loras hasn't played a game yet, so you might see a much different pitching rotation.
Here's the 3-2. Raider hits it well out to left. Get going, baby. It is gone. Raider Tello. Adios pelota. His second home run of the season and the Hawks lead 2-0 in the first.
398 to left field. That was that hanging curveball, and stuck with it. 70-mile-an-hour curveball that he just turned around and gently banged it into the scoreboard.
Good start to the season for Peterson, who scores his 7th run, and now Tello, who hits his 2nd home run and registers RBIs 7 and 8 on the season. 2-0 Hawks in the bottom of the first.
After starting the year with 5 singles, now that back-to-back home runs for his last hits, so good to see him develop some pop.
Davis Kopp steps in, designated hitter. He's swinging at the first pitch. He shoots this out to deep right, back near the wall, and it's caught by Di Benedetto right with his back against the black wall out there in right. 2 down. Kopp gave it a ride.
Really did, and at first when he hit it, I kind of thought it fisted him a little bit, but it came off the bat hot and got good carry. That's the direction the wind's blowing, so he had a little help there, but didn't get quite enough lift.
Here's Reese Moore, the catcher for Iowa today. Left-handed batter, stands in. Lefty-on-lefty matchup now. Ackerman is set. First pitch to Reese, skips to the plate. That's ball 1. Coach Heller really high on Reese Moore. With the injury to Cade Moss, Moore getting some additional reps, doing a nice job catching for Iowa so far. The 1-0 is inside. It hit him. It was too far inside. Caught his jersey. Oh, they're going to bring him back now. The home plate umpire stopped the game, pointed down for Reese to go to first, and now brought him back. And that brings Coach Heller out of the dugout.
Well, he didn't make any attempt to move out of the way, which you don't have to do, but he didn't lean into it at all. That ball was inside. It hit him in the shirt. You can see on TrackMan it's well inside. And, Reese is sitting right on top of the plate and gets hit by a pitch.
We think it caught his jersey, don't you think? I don't think it didn't hit any of his, guess, flesh or his body, but it clipped his jersey. There's no question about that. And
the home plate umpire knows it hit him. He's just claiming that Reese was over the plate. And unfortunately, in this case, he's wrong. But umpires always win.
Yeah. And so Coach Heller will head back to the dugout. Reese Moore will come back to the box. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Iowa leads 2-0.
So if he called it a ball, he said it didn't hit him. Because otherwise, otherwise it should have been like a foul ball or something.
2-0 pitch. Moore chops it foul towards the Iowa dugout over to the right.
Boy, that's don't see that one very often. We've seen it a couple times with guys that really dove over the plate and they've been called back. Reese just didn't move.
Lifted his hands up, for a pitch that's inside. Here's the 2-1. Moore shoots it to the second baseman and through into right center field. Moore's digging for 2. He makes the turn. He's in with a double. How about that?
Well,
we'll take that instead of that hit by pitch.
It's funny. I told Reese on Sunday after the game. I said, Reese, you realize you don't always have to run to second when you get a hit, because he has 3 career hits now for the Hawkeyes, and they're all 3 doubles. So he's done a really nice job. It's for him, the catching this staff is incredibly difficult. But his bat has gotten him into a role and done a nice job.
And Coach Heller talked about it in pregame that Reese really hit the ball well in Charleston, just unfortunately, right at people, and that's sort of been the news of the offseason with Moore as well. That really bringing a strong bat to the lineup, especially from the lefty spot, as he cranks that one to right center field. Good effort by Seagraves at second base to dive and try to knock it down, but Moore stands on second with the double. Here's Ben Wilmus, the starting right fielder for the Hawks. Stands in without the batting gloves from the right-handed batter's box. And he's watched 2 pitches go by out of the strike zone, 2-0.
Yeah, Ben didn't have a great hitting weekend at the plate, but did get on base quite often. He was kind of a 2-walk, 2-strikeout guy was kind of how his weekend went.
Hitters count here with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Here's the 2-0. That's inside ball 3. Blake Guerin on deck. Iowa trying to do some damage with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first against Loras, leading 2-0.
Yeah, Ben's on-base percentage, or his batting average is 0, and his on-base percentage is .500.
3 balls, no strikes. They'll try a pickoff move to second base. Moore gets back quickly. Good move there from Loras.
Don't see guys go feet first into a
not often
back into a base very often. But yeah, for a left-handed hitter, you know, Reese will be important. Iowa doesn't have a ton of left-handed hitting, particularly with pop, and so, you know, how do you replace Brendan DeRiggi? By committee, probably, but. Ooh.
There's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. 3-1. Wilmus will get another crack at it here.
You get DeRiggi and Honar and even Frazier and Keaton Anthony. I mean, you got 40-plus home runs, 60-plus doubles to replace. So
yep. Here's a 3-1 to Wilmus. That one floats in there for a strike. Full count now to the Hawkeye right fielder.
And so, you know, having Reese fill part of that role from the left side. You know, Gable Mitchell's a switch hitter, but hasn't shown a ton of pop early in his career. Kellen Strohmeyer had a nice hit on Sunday. Left-handed hitter again.
Full count pitch to Wilmus. Check swing, didn't go, doesn't matter. It's a call and third strike on the inside portion of the plate. So Wilmus goes down on strikes. Iowa gets 2 runs in the bottom of the first, courtesy of a single by Sam Peterson, who got on base, and then a home run by Raider Tello. Hawks lead at 2-0. We're back for the second right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Top of the second inning in Iowa City, the home opener for the Hawks, February 20th. It is believed to be the earliest home opener in program history.
When would you start earlier?
I'm not sure. Well, and you know, I was kind of joking around as people are asking, hey, when's the season start? And, you know, okay, it starts in Charleston. We do have one scheduled at home on February 27th, but even I was sort of joking around about, you know, Iowa late February. I don't know if that's going to happen, but next week looks even nicer than this week. I saw something in the mid-60s for next Tuesday when Northern Illinois comes to town.
I'd take that.
We would take that.
I've got multiple layers on today, and I do have the hand warmer out just in case. I did turn the heated part of it off, so I'm just using it to keep my hands warm now.
You've made some upgrades this year, and we'll see if we have to use them. It was cold almost all year last year, wasn't it?
I'm not the smartest person, but I do know how to try to stay warm.
2-0 Iowa in the top of the second. Elliot Cadeau-Lanou is out for his second inning of work, as Coach Heller told us in the pregame interview that Elliot would go 2 innings today. 3 up, 3 down in the first. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Backhand by Michael Seegers. Long throw over to first and got him in time.
One of the best defensive shortstops in the country, and shows there has really positioned himself well. You know, he knew he was going to backhand it the whole time. He kind of had that foot set right away and then was able to make a strong throw across the diamond.
Cody Sonny's up for Loras now. Left-handed hitter. A swing and a miss on the first pitch that he sees. This is the Dewhawks starting third baseman. 0-1 is the count. The pitch from Elliott. That's in the dirt. Good block by Moore behind the plate. It's 1-1. Coach Heller talked about the defense and how they played in Charleston. He thought it was pretty good out there for the most part.
Yeah, Sunday, you know, there were 2 errors. One was kind of a funny one.
Here's the 1-1, a swing and a miss. Go ahead, John.
One was kind of a funny one. Huckstorf threw the ball in from center field. It actually hit like basically right on the pitcher's rubber and bounced over Reese's head at the plate, and so the runner went from first to second. So
1-2 hit foul out of the play to the left side.
Kind of one of those dirty errors. And there was another one where, and I think it started the rally. Raider Tello made a heck of a throw, but it just kind of handcuffed Blake Guerin a little bit, and he tried to backhand it and kind of hit off the heel and just dropped right in on him.
Good battle here between Cadeau, Lanu, and Sonny. As he fouls that one off, it remains 1-2.
But you had 2 diving catches from Hucksdorf. You had a diving catch from Peterson when he was able to throw, then the runner out trying to tag and go to second.
1-2, low and out with the off speed, evening the count at 2.
Infield started a couple double plays. I mean, you had a lot of good things happen. And you kind of get spoiled. They start looking easy, and you're like, oh, well, that's no big deal. And then you really think about it, no, that was a pretty good play.
2-2 pitch from Cadeau Lanu. Inside, just off the plate.
No.
Ball 3.
No, it wasn't.
It was close. Full count. I think we got into that habit a bit last year where the defense made extraordinary plays as the 3-2 is fisted out of play to the left side. We'll do it again with a full count. Made extraordinary plays, and we had gotten so used to watching them up here that it's like, okay, yeah, Michael's got that play at short. Easy. Huck is definitely going to track that ball down, and maybe this year, we'll do a little bit of a better job highlighting the extraordinary plays. Full count pitch. This is blooped left side. Tello giving chase. PD comes forward, can't make the play. That's down for Loras' first base hit of the game. It's a single to left field.
PD really wanted to dive for that, but he knew there's nobody behind him there, and it was a stretch. He wasn't gonna get all the way there. He was shaded and shallow, but wasn't gonna get to that one.
So a single for Sonny after a lengthy at bat.
He did a nice job fouling off pitches, staying alive. He struck out one of those pitches, but that's okay.
Yeah, Cadeau Lanu maybe thought he had him a pitch or two earlier, but Sonny wins that first battle of the afternoon. DiBenedetto is in the box now, right-handed hitter for Loras. He's their starting right fielder. He's seen some action defensively to start this one. First pitch, a swing and a drive out to right. It'll one hop in front of Wilmus, trying to get the runner at second base. Got him on the force. How about that hustle, Benny Wilmus?
The old 9-6 force out. You see that every single day, and let's maybe you see that occasionally in softball. You rarely see that. In baseball. But great job from Ben to come up and throw an absolute dart, and good job from Seegers to be heads up and get to the bag and cover.
And I don't think that was a lack of effort or really speed from Sonny. I think DiBenedetto hit it hard enough out there, and Wilmus was ready to go, and he really hustled. 2 down now to get the force at second.
Well, and he had to pause just a second to figure out, can Wilmus catch it or not? And by the time all the computer input got there for him, he couldn't get the wheels turned on in time.
Here's Jack Carney. We'll try a pickoff move over at first base. Jack Carney, the starting left fielder for Loras, left-handed batter. A little bit of an open stance.
And if you're DiBenedetto, you're just a little bitter that you just got a hit stolen from you.
Yeah. 2-0 Iowa in the top of the second. First pitch from Cadeau Lanu. There's the inside corner. That's a strike.
Elliott's fastball's in the upper 80s. He's been 88, 89 here with the fastball, and then throws in that breaking ball mix that's getting him into he's thrown that as low as 70, so big variance in speeds for him.
All right, first with 2 outs. Had DiBenedetto leaning a bit there, but he's able to get back to the bag after the pickoff attempt. A ball and a strike. Runner takes off for second. Here's the pitch. It's high. Throw down to second base. Not quite in time. And a stolen base for DiBenedetto. The pitch looked close, John. I think maybe a bit high from Cadeau Lanu. It was called a strike.
Yeah, it was right kind of at the letters, and belt high maybe got the high strike call.
Here's the pitch. This is fouled off, and I was a bit incorrect there. It did call it a ball. So now it's 2-2. So the pitch before was called a ball. I was waiting for him to signal it as a strike, but it never came. So the count is 2-2. Runner in scoring position for Loras in the top of the second. Iowa leading 2-0. Cadola ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Great breaking ball from Elliott, and he gets his first strikeout as a Hawkeye.
Well done. Congratulations, Elliott. Good 2 innings, good clean 2 innings. Hit a couple balls hard, but pitched around it, got some outs, and was really around the zone the whole time.
See how long it is before he finds a spot on the weekend. I think that's what Coach Heller is trying to figure out with this game against Loras today, some of the pitchers.
A lot of talented arms. Every day's kind of tryout day.
Iowa leads 2-0. We'll go to the bottom of the second right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Watch the exciting Iowa women's basketball team play in the Big Ten tournament. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has just a few rooms available at the Marquette Hotel in downtown Minneapolis. The hotel is located just a few blocks and within an easy walk to the Target Center. This package is 2-night hotel only on March 8th and 9th with an option to purchase additional nights. Go to duagency.com to book this official Hawkeye women's basketball package. Click on vacations and group travel. Don't miss Hawkeye women's basketball in the Big Ten tournament. duagency.com.
Hey Iowans, Luca Garza here. For me to get to the NBA, I've worked on my speed, precision, and my shot. For you to get to the NBA, all you need is the Iowa Lottery. First, play bonus multiplier scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Then, enter non-winning tickets for your chance to win a VIP suite experience with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including food, hotel, and $1,000 cash. Plus, center court seats to see the Iowa Wolves. Enter today and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Bottom of the second inning in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes leading Loras 2-0, and Iowa will face a new pitcher from the Dewhawks. It is freshman Adam Williamson.
He's a 5'11 freshman. You're just kind of watching his warm-up pitches come in here. You know, he's been in the mid-80s, so some good action on his fastball and gets it up there. Hawkeye hitters will have to be alert and ready. And like I said, just looking down, they've got a couple arms in the bullpen. I think this will look more like a traditional midweek where they're kind of an every inning pitcher as well.
Yeah. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Hawkeyes in the second. Blake Guerin will lead things off, the starting first baseman for Iowa. It is Blake's birthday today.
The goal was 4 hard-hit balls today. We'll see where they go from there.
First pitch to Blake, ground ball left side, fair ball into the corner. Guerin rounding first, heading to second. And a leadoff double for the birthday boy.
Well positioned there, right down the line. Just skipped it right inside the umpire.
Right down the line, too. I mean, that was hopping over the bag, and if this was an old-fashioned field, it would have kicked up chalk. That'll bring up Gable Mitchell, the switch-hitting second baseman for Iowa. He'll go from the left side, facing off against Williamson. Guerin with a decent lead out there at second already. Time called by the catcher behind the plate.
I don't know if we're using the pitch clock here. I mean, it's running, and I assume that they're going to, certainly from Iowa's perspective, you want to keep in practice.
Mm-hmm. Mitchell squares to bunt and hits it foul.
Gable's got a couple hits on the season. Had a double on Sunday and had a really good squeeze bunt on, I think it was Saturday. Did a nice job driving in a run there.
Third baseman even with the bag over there on the left side. Good pitch from Williamson, but just outside to Mitchell. That's ball one. Iowa with 3 extra base hits so far, 2 doubles and a home run. Up 2-0 on Loras in the second. Here's the 1-1 to Mitchell. That's high, ball 2.
He's done a nice job with his fastball so far, but he's just had a little trouble with the curveball. It's whether it's a grip or whatever it is, it's kind of floated a little bit of everywhere on him.
Good lead at second. They'll try a pickoff move. Guerin head first back into the bag. He's safe.
Don't they know it's his birthday?
Yeah, come on. Don't pick on the birthday boy.
Still probably catching his breath from running to second.
2-1's the count. There's a swing and a miss by Mitchell. Pitch was maybe a bit low and outside. Gable went for it. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
He's really done a nice job. Especially with Gable, the left-hander, he's kept that fastball away from him out there.
That's where the catcher's setting up again. This one skips and bounces in front of the catcher. Blocked nicely by Olszewski, enough to keep Guerin out there at second base. Leadoff double for Iowa. Something they did not do in that Sunday game. Couldn't get the leadoff man on against Lehigh.
Now, there were a lot of 1-out, 2-out movement, but not no-out movement.
3-2 pitch in the dirt, check swing. He did not go, and so that's ball 4. And Mitchell with a well-earned walk.
Center fielder, number 9. And just the way they're playing him, it'll be interesting later on. If they continue to, first baseman's trying to sell the out, but he was not out. He did not swing.
Yeah.
If they continue to play Gable that way and pitch him that way, if he's able to get one into that left center field gap that was wide open there.
Bottom of the order, here's Kyle Huckstorf. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. It gets by the catcher. Guerin will get to third. Mitchell to second. And now 2 Hawks in scoring position with nobody out in the second.
Yeah, like I said, he had good control of the fastball. That one got away from him, and catcher just couldn't quite snap up there and grab it.
Almost seems like the catcher was expecting Huckstorf to make contact with that.
Yeah, I think he was certainly distracted by Huck squaring to bunt.
Corners in for Loras. 2-0 Iowa in the bottom of the second. Huckstorf in the box, the starting center fielder. Here's the pitch inside, almost hit him. Right across the belt. Kyle backed away from it.
Blake isn't necessarily a guy you're going to run squeeze games with, so.
Have to be a perfect bunt, wouldn't it?
Might need to be a good one.
Let's see if Kyle's bat can get hot. This pitch is high. Ball 3. Probably red light with the top of the order coming up. What do you think?
You would think so. Kyle didn't have a lot of luck on Sunday, but he hit the ball better on Sunday.
Really crowds the plate now on this 3-0 pitch. On its way home. In there for a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. Plenty of room in right center for Kyle. Wind blowing straight out to center. Great crowd on hand at Duane Banks Field this afternoon. Here's the 3-1. Huck takes it high. Ball 4.
This is kind of a thing. I mean, again, Iowa's offense was. I think the number when you pulled Peterson and Tello out was 179, and so this is kind of one of those see fastball, hit fastball, kind of try to get right, because obviously a couple of big games coming up this weekend, and I mean we're still a long ways from getting it all figured out, but just keep trying to do the right thing often enough and see what happens.
Bases loaded for Michael Seegers. First pitch to Siegs, called strike outside corner, 0-1. Nobody out in the second for Iowa. 2-0 with the lead over Loras.
About have to take that after a 5-pitch walk, so.
0-1 pitch. Michael shoots it into the gap in left center. That's going to get down. Could clear the bases. Guerin will score with ease. Mitchell is on his tail. That's another run. Here comes Huck. He'll score. Seegers, bases clearing. Double for Iowa. 5-0 Hawks.
Huck read that perfectly, and he was full speed ahead the whole way, and never any thought of him not scoring there. And a great job from Michael. Got it out into green grass. Left. Got that breaking ball. It was down in the zone, but drove it out there. Left the plate at 101 and just scooted out into left center.
Seegers can find the gaps. He'll be out at second base quite a bit this year. Here's Sam Peterson. Singleton scored back in the first. He takes a fastball inside, ball 1. 5-0 Iowa in the second. Still nobody out. Seegers out there at second base.
Yeah, we haven't been able to see Seegers' speed on the base paths yet, just as he's kind of been working to get it. So up high there. Nice to see him if he can find a way to start displaying that again and get going.
Hitters count for Peterson. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, I'm sure this light is green.
Yeah. I agree. I'll try a pickoff move at second base. Michael dives back in without much of a threat there.
If you're Loras, you're using this as, you came here to win a game, but you're also using it as practice. You've got stuff to prepare for.
2-0. Petey skies it in the air to right. This one is hooking. Foul. Go out of play just beyond the Iowa bullpen. 2 balls and a strike.
You've got trips coming up where you need to get guys. You need to get guys action. You're probably trying to decide what your starting lineup looks like, who's going to pitch in what roles to start your opening weekend.
Mm-hmm. Williamson comes set. The righty deals the 2-1. Popped up. Right side. DiBenedetto giving chase near the line. Now he's in foul territory, and it falls in play, but foul. 2-2.
He didn't believe his teammates yelling him room, because
Yeah.
you could see that the last step there was a I don't want to hit the wall step, and he needed to take one more good step to make that catch.
Peterson has a bit of new life now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sam's back in the box. Williamson nods his head in approval of the sign. He's ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Ooh, just inside. A bit low as well. Count is full.
Good fastball there. Came back inside and he'd been throwing Petey the breaking ball away and busted that fastball back in. Just barely missed, but good pitch.
Full count pitch to Peterson. Line drive. Hit well to left center. That one will get down at the base of the wall. That's an RBI double for Peterson. Hawks lead at 6-0.
How about a 109 exit velo? Holy cow.
That the best hit ball we've seen this afternoon?
Yeah. The only thing we missed was that ball goes 420 into the wrestling facility if he had some elevation on it. He was more of a top spin line drive. Carried out well. Still hit it 306, just didn't have any or 386, just didn't have any lift on it.
Sam's got that sort of top spin swing, right, where the balls will kind of, take that tumble as they get some distance out in the outfield. We've got time called and a mound visit right now for Loras. Iowa leading 6-0 in the bottom of the second.
Well, and it's been extra base hits too. It hasn't been, how can I find a cheap way to get on? They've been well hit balls for the most part. Even some of the outs have been pretty well struck. So this was kind of what you needed to see if you were the Iowa hitters. You needed to come in, make solid contact, get in, get your business. Because of course, like I said, we're getting on a plane and we're headed to Jacksonville tomorrow, and we'll play in a big ballpark this weekend, and it'd be nice to have some of these hitters seeing beach balls when they walk up there.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Friday at 5 p.m., Iowa and Auburn to start off the Jacksonville College Baseball Classic. Here's Raider Tello, first pitch swinging, pops it up off the end of the bat, shallow right center. DiBenedetto comes forward, he's got it. Peterson's tagging from second to third. Here comes the throw, not in time. There's the speed from Peterson as he tags up to third base on the flyout from Tello.
Yeah, that ball wasn't that deep, and Petey kind of knew right away that there was he was testing it. Yeah. He was going to make sure that he gave it a go, and made it easily.
Continuing on with the schedule ahead for Iowa, the Hawkeyes will play 14th-ranked Virginia at 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, and then wrap up the weekend in Jacksonville, taking on Wichita State, 11 a.m. on Sunday. So, John, you'll be down there. Looking forward to a really strong tournament. All 3 of those programs, very good, very solid. An SEC team, an ACC team, and an AAC team from Wichita State. This pitch is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher there as Davis Kopp is the batter. The count's 1-1.
Well, you've got an Auburn team that I believe at least hosted a regional, if not a super, last year. You've got the Virginia team, which did the same thing and scored a ton of runs on opening weekend. And even though Wichita State is down just a touch.
1-1 popped up left side. Shallow left. Sandoval going back, and the left fielder dives, can't make the play. Peterson's going to score. That found its way down. It'll be a Single for now for Kopp.
Well, it's a single, and the reason it's a single is because Loras was playing their infield in. Shortstop, if he's in normal position there, if you're conceding the run at third, he makes that catch.
Camped, right?
Yeah, he drifts back, catches it easy. But because he's all the way in the infield then, and Kopp flips it out there, he's not able to get back in time. But as I was talking about with Wichita State, I think Iowa is 0-14 against Wichita State. So, I've seen 2 games in my broadcasting time, and Iowa's been in charge of both of them and lost them both.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those where whatever it is, you better be ready because they're a strong baseball program.
Here's Reese Moore. Takes the first couple of pitches out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out in the second. Runner at first is Davis Kopp. Iowa leads 7-0. Williamson ready with the 2-0. Here it comes. That's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Spikes off to his left, and Kopp will move to second base. Very similar, I guess, in some regard to last year's tournament for Iowa down in Round Rock. LSU, K-State, Sam Houston State. Very strong competition early in the season for Iowa.
100% accurate, and one of those things of green light on 3-0, swing and miss. I think last year if you would have said, hey, you're going to go 2-1 in Round Rock, everyone would have been like, oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, that'd be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't have expected the loss to come to Sam Houston.
Yeah.
And so, this year it's, we talked about it a little bit. You go 2-1 every weekend, you'll do okay.
3-1 is fouled off to the left side. Full count now for Moore.
I know everyone would prefer to go 3-0. Would prefer to have, you see the loss Sunday to Lehigh, and how does that happen? Major League Baseball teams, the best ones, lose 60 games a year, and again, I understand there's more disparity in college baseball.
3-2. Moore drives it to deep center. Center fielder going back at the track, at the wall. It's off the base of the wall. Kopp is rounding third, going to send him. No throw, so Davis will score. And Reese Moore is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Now add an RBI to his ledger.
He knows nothing else but doubles.
It's a smooth-looking swing too, isn't it?
I told you he's got a pretty good stroke, and that's whether he's in the DH spot or as he gets more and more comfortable catching this staff, and obviously right now he's catching a little bit different group, but Kate Obermueller's not an easy catch, and he did a really nice job with him on Sunday too. Brings
up Ben Wilmus, Iowa's starting right fielder. Hawks up 8-0. First pitch to Wilmus, high and out, ball 1. And we look at that Round Rock tournament from last year. Started the weekend with the loss to Sam Houston, got shut out 6-0, and then that was at night on Friday. And then first thing Saturday morning had to take on LSU, eventual national champion, the #1 team in the country at the time, and came out and just and took it to the Tigers. So, this early season stuff, even as the season goes along, just on to the next.
Right. I mean, it's just such a long season. There's just going to be tried to check his swing there, but we talked about it, the Lehigh game Sunday was the Illinois State game last year, was the was the Loras game the year before that. You can pick those games. Every team has them. I mean, misses away. LSU didn't go 56-0 last year. Yeah. They won a national championship not doing that. Right. How did that happen? And so it's okay. You'd prefer they don't, but you also then just learn something from it. Maybe it's in your approach. I know.
3-1 pitch to Wilmus. Ooh. He rips it down the line and left. It's down. Fair ball into the corner, and Moore will jog home. Ben Wilmus, RBI double for Ben.
Well hit ball there. 104 off the bat there. Really well struck. But Sunday morning was, they actually moved the game back an hour. It was supposed to be at 9 o'clock. We pushed it back an hour. The call came early to get up and get moving, and Coach made a decision about how to handle batting practice and things, and they did it differently. My guess is if they play an early morning game again, they're going to drag everybody out of bed, and we won't we won't shortcut that again.
All right, we'll continue with our conversation in just a moment. Iowa leads 9-0. Loras is going to make a pitching change here in the bottom of the second inning. Hawks up 9-0. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
True cannabis products like concentrates, vapes, tablets, creams are available legally in Iowa, but only at licensed medical dispensaries. Get a med card online, quick and easy. I got mine in less than a day. Chronic pain is the most common condition. Search for Bud & Mary's online or call their dispensary to learn how you can get your med card. Bud & Mary's grows real cannabis, not hemp. That means their products contain real THC with no percentage limits. Find an Iowa licensed dispensary near you at budmary.com.
At Mid-America.
New pitcher into the game for Loras. Vincent Costantino, a freshman, right-hander, 6'3" from Algonquin, Illinois. His first task will be Blake Guerin, who comes up with one out. Runner at second base is Wilmus. First pitch to Blake, low and out. Backhand stop by the catcher Olszewski. 9-0 Iowa in the second.
Yeah, the Hawks have done a lot of trading here. Batter to second, the second baseman guy at second scores. Batter to second, second base scores.
And Blake led off this inning with a double. Try a pickoff move, and it gets away from the shortstop momentarily. Wilmus will stay put.
Every pitcher's worked on their move to second base at this point.
It'll be interesting. You know, if you think about from Loras's perspective, okay, they were bound to start their season at some point, but Iowa has already started theirs and then playing this game. You know, Loras maybe had to scramble a bit to go even sooner to start their season because it's their opener today. Here's the 1-0 to Guerin, rips it foul straight back.
Well, and you know, you hear them talk about it in football all the time that teams make their most improvement from first weekend to second weekend. So, you know, from Iowa's perspective, it's like you put all those pieces together, things you want to clean up. From Loras' perspective, it's who are we?
Yeah.
And so it's a different deal for them completely of what they're trying to get out of today.
1-1, Guerin spins it in the air to the shortstop, right to him, and Sandoval make the catch for the second out. I mean, you think about it, a week ago they were not thinking about playing at Iowa today.
Well, and I'm sure they've had decent weather too, but I'm not sure the difference in moving that far north is, you know, they might not have had as good a weather to continue to get outside and do all the stuff. And obviously D3 program's on a little bit different schedule too.
Here's the first pitch to Gable Mitchell. Hit out to center. A nice diving catch by McCollum. They took it away. They took it away. They said he did not catch it. Third base umpire came sprinting off the line and said no, did not catch it. And so that's a base hit for Gable Mitchell that scores Ben Wilmus, and it's 10-0.
My first thought was it bounced, but then he held it up so quick, and Coach T-Bon's got some questions for why the second base umpire didn't make that call, and it took the third base umpire to make it.
I guess I needed to check the third base umpire, but
would not have been the first one you should have checked.
Right. Everybody seemed to think that was a catch, and it to me it looked good from up here, but it's a single for Mitchell. Iowa 10, Loras nothing to this point in the second.
Just on principle, Iowa hasn't had many singles. I'm not sure that we should not count it then or should count it because we need a couple.
Mm-hmm. Brings up Huckstorf, walked and scored earlier this inning. 2 outs, runner at first. First pitch to him, low and out, ball 1.
Sam told us they do think they have review, so they could have went hands over the ears and checked that.
Ooh, up and in. That one hits Huck. He's got that large gold elbow protector, and I think that one helped him because it probably hit him right there, up and in.
Ricocheted right off the plastic.
Shortstop Michael Seeger.
And so Huck, 2 plate appearances, no formal at-bats, a walk and a hit by pitch. We'll go to the top of the order now for Michael Seegers. 1 for 2, hit a bases-clearing double earlier in this inning. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, 10-0 Hawks. First pitch to Siegs, outside corner, strike 1.
Good pitch. And again, another pitcher in the mid to upper 80s, so moving it up there pretty good, doing a nice job.
0-1 pitch, hit in the air to right. DiBenedetto trailing towards the line, moving back a bit, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Seegers flies out to end the second. 8 runs for Iowa, and the score is 10-0. Hawks on top of Loras. We're back for the 3rd inning right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network? It's free for 30 days. Want to test drive U.S. Cellular even faster? Just get a race car driver to be your personal chauffeur.
Just let me buckle my... Whoa! Hey, my calls and data work great out here!
Test drive U.S. Cellular free for 30 days. Named the leader in 5G coverage in Iowa.
You can pull over now! Please?
U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Awards based on open signal independent data. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye football.
Welcome back to Duane Banks Field. John Evans, John Leo in the broadcast booth. Top of the 3rd inning, Iowa 10, Loras nothing. The Hawkeyes will go to the bullpen and bring in Chaz Wheatley.
We're flying the maple leaf today. I like it. We're going that route. Chaz, 14 appearances last year, had a 3.38 ERA, didn't factor into any decisions. 10 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those were earned. 7 strikeouts, but Chaz has got great stuff, but where he sees he has a little bit of, sometimes he has a little bit of challenge controlling it, when that was the 8 walks last year in 10 innings. So opponents hitting just 228 against him, but those self-inflicted wounds that kind of get you in a little bit of trouble. And you see that he's not the only guy that runs into that issue, but that'll be, for him to take the next step, that's kind of what you'll need to see is more consistent location or strike throwing even.
Wheatley from Edmonton, Alberta. And so the Hawks go back-to-back, as John was alluding to, with fellow Canadians. Elliot Cadeau-Lanoux got the start, 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, had a strikeout. First pitch from Wheatley, swung on and missed by Alex Sandoval, the starting shortstop for Loras. They're sending 8, 9, and 1 to the plate in the 3rd.
Good 90-mile-an-hour fastball there to start off this outing.
Out of the windup, the 0-1 pitch goes off speed, missed outside, 1-1.
I mean, there's a lot of competition for those bullpen spots and roles, and so again, every outing, every time you walk out there, every time you walk up to the plate, bounces that one in, ball 2. You know, it's a time to show, hey, I deserve a look on the weekend, or I deserve a look in the travel squad, or whatever it is. You're trying to take that step forward every time you step out there right now.
2 balls and a strike to Sandoval. The pitch from Wheatley, way outside, ball 3. Operates from the first base side of the rubber, and he'll take a bit of a lap around the mound to regroup. 3 balls and a strike to lead off the third. Iowa leading 10-0. Wheatley gets the sign from Moore. Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. I think you look at a guy like Aaron Savory last year, right? Didn't travel in the early going, but kept working hard and saved the Hawkeyes a couple of times throughout the season, especially up at Minnesota.
Well, and I think
here's a 3-2, just low. Whoa, ball 4, as the Loras batter went to throw his bat to the bullpen, and I think he had it stuck to his hand. He threw it right over the umpire's head, straight back. All right.
Again, first game, you got to work through some of those things. Yeah, Sav, actually, you think about, I've said it to a number of people, Sav was a season saver the second game of the Minnesota. If he doesn't come in and calm things down and Iowa loses that game, bad things happen after that.
Who knows, right? First pitch is fouled straight back, 0-1. This is Olszewski, the catcher for Loras today.
Yeah, but then you've got, you had a guy like Jack Whitlock who, carved out a role. And, I think like you mentioned Sav, Sav wasn't with us on the first week trip again. I think that's one of those, he's got to kind of re-find his way to get that spot back.
That pitch drifted low and out away from the left-handed hitting Olszewski, 1-1.
And so, But it is fluid, It's not, I didn't go the first week, I'm out. It's like Sav found a role last year. Jack Whitlock obviously has carved up a great role for himself right now.
1 ball, 1 strike. This is hit foul. 1-2. Wheatley's been competitive with his pitches here early after did allow the leadoff walk to start the third.
Jack picked up right where he left off last year, coming in for Brody. He came into a bases-loaded jam and got 2 guys out and sent us back to the dugout to hit. So, like where his head's at already.
1-2 from Wheatley, just outside. Ball 2.
I mean, it's just kind of dirty. Brody hit 100. I think I saw on D1 Baseball. I think he hit 100 on his last pitch of the third inning. So he got up there, and then Jack comes in.
2-2, line to center. Huckstorf's there. He makes the catch. 1 down in the third.
Jack comes in and is throwing his 80-mile-an-hour frisbees up there.
I mean, that has to be pretty difficult to compete with, because by the time you get to Jack, you're only going to see him probably once, maybe twice, because you're really expecting Brody to get through, 5 or 6.
Yeah, and as Brody extends, you'll see 5, 6, 7. You'll see Jack 1 or 2 innings, and then you'll see, hopefully Volk come in and close the door again.
Mm-hmm. And he's a step up from Whitlock. Little step down from Brody, because Volk's been really pumping it in there.
Well, and that's what's happened with Zach is the difference being of instead of him thinking as a starter and thinking I've got to save myself and kind of stretch it out through 5 or 6 innings. Over the first on there, ooh, Blake thought he had him. So instead, it's okay. You only need me for 20 or 30 pitches. I'm going to give you everything I've got,
yep.
and Zach was bringing it in the mid-90s and getting into that 96, 97 range there even Friday night. So it was kind of fun to watch him get it and really, because he came into a storm there too.
Mm-hmm.
In the 9th inning as Iowa looked to close out the 5-2 win Friday night. He came into a bases-loaded jam and set some guys down and got that first win of the season.
Top of the order for Loras, Max McCollum. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out for Loras. Runner at first base. Iowa leading 10-0. Wheatley looks in for the sign. He's got it. Short lead at first base. The 1-1 delivery. Grounded foul into the Iowa dugout to the right side, 1-2.
Yeah, and this is a little bit like when Chaz came in. This is a little bit what we talked about. He's just been, the dispersion around the zone has been a little bit probably wider than he wants. There's some of these pitches that a hitter's not going to swing at right now.
Long pause on the rubber for Chaz. Here's the 1-2. Blooped into left center. Peterson moving forward. He's got it on the sprint. 2 down.
Yeah, right now the Iowa outfield defense is pretty shallow, so if Loras can make some solid contact and drive them back, they've got a chance. But Iowa's got a chance to catch those little fisted flares or off the end of the bat flares right now.
That'll bring up Seagraves, the second baseman, right-handed hitter. 2 down for Loras in the third. First pitch from Wheatley. That is a strike called. That's something that we did keep track of quite a bit, and I'm sure the same applies this year. But the first pitch strike, and I guess what was your experience of that in Charleston?
Missed inside there barely. Marcus dominated Saturday, and Anthony Watts did too. So both came in, did a really good job. I think Anthony was 9 for 10, maybe 10 of 11 on first pitch strikes. So really just got ahead and dominated.
1-1 pitch on the ground to second. Mitchell's got it. He'll flip it the easy way to Seegers at the bag at second, and that'll wrap up the top of the third.
Maybe a bit more of a mixed bag for the other guys. I mean, that's, obviously everybody probably knows Brody had 6 walks and 11 strikeouts, so you got a little bit of both. Cade had a couple of innings that went up and down, but overall good. I mean, especially for a first weekend.
Yeah. Well, nice job there by Chaz Wheatley in the third. A leadoff walk for Loras, but nothing after that. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Iowa 10, Loras nothing. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Welcome back to Duane Banks Field in Iowa City this afternoon. Iowa hosting Loras in the home opener. Hawks on top 10-0, bottom of the third. Peterson, Tello, and Kopp scheduled to come to the plate for the Hawkeyes. Caden Shivers is the pitcher for Loras, newly into the game for the Dewhawks, right-handed pitcher.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more, just minutes south of Iowa City.
Great crowd on hand this afternoon. First pitch at 3:35 on a Tuesday as Peterson hits it in the hole on the left side. Great backhand stop by the shortstop, but Peterson too much speed. That'll be an infield hit for Sam, his third base hit of the game.
Really?
Sam on the other side of the door here in the press box. Outstanding baseball SID for the Hawks. Let us know the attendance today, 894, and this is among the better crowds that we've seen, even dating back to last year. Obviously, we had a couple of brutal crowds just because of the weather the way it was.
February record.
Yeah, I mean, we might need to check that, but I'd venture to say that you're right on that one, John. So 894, and Very good, strong crowd. Repping the black and gold. A little bit of purple here, too, with Loras coming down from the eastern half of the state. 1-0 pitch to Raider Tello, up and in. He turns away from it.
It must be nice. I saw my wife walk in earlier, and so I don't think she's coming if it's cold.
Now, does she handle the cold better than you?
Almost everybody does, if I'm being completely honest.
2 balls, no strikes to Tello. The pitch. Raider hits it in the air down the right field line, hooking and foul, 2-1.
No, I did the same thing. That's slicing. Hooking is.
Oh, turns the other way.
Yeah.
So that was a lot more like the golf swing that I have that I still haven't fixed since the last time I talked to you, which was what on the air it was in Terre Haute.
Correct.
I didn't spend much time on the golf course after that.
I did try to think about. So the trip to Jacksonville is home of TPC Sawgrass.
2 balls, no strike to Tello. Long pause. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Flip to second for 1. On to first. Double play.
Well turned there. That was quick and efficient. I'm not sure you could have a fungo ball hit any better to turn that double play ball, but good turn there. Nice job. Good practice for Loras there.
So are you trying to tell me, John, that you might hit the links when you're down in Jacksonville?
Well, except for the brilliant thing I had is the Players' Championships in like 3 weeks, and so the golf course is probably closed as they prepare for that. But it's just 30 minutes from downtown Jacksonville where we'll be at. But
2 outs for Iowa in the third, leading 10-0. Here's Davis Kopp, the designated hitter.
I will tag along appropriately and get my inside scoop like I'm supposed to the other side. I got to use my glove, our new gloves. I got to use that at practice last week.
How's it feeling?
Oh, it was really good. Yeah.
Have you identified your catch partner for the year?
Anybody that will say yes.
Okay. Well, we need to break them into you. You're friendly. 2 balls, no strikes to Davis Kopp.
So without our buddy Ty Snap.
Pop up on the infield. Hold that thought for a second. First baseman coming forward, battling the sun, and Rogers makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning.
Good inning from Shivers. Without our buddy Ty Snap, Mitch Bowe has to throw all the batting practice, and so I warmed up Mitch prior to his batting practice performance.
Good. Crucial, key role to warm up the BP guy.
And I was Cade Moss's catcher in his recovery.
Ooh.
Because he couldn't put a glove on to catch, so I caught for him, gave him the ball so that then he could throw.
We'll talk about Ty Snap when we come back from this break. Hawks lead 10-0 as we get to the 4th inning here at Banks. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers. Or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game. Or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Top of the 4th inning in Iowa City. Iowa 10, Loras nothing. Duhawks coming to the plate. It'll be 3, 4, 5 coming to the plate to face off against a new Iowa pitcher. It'll be Jack Young into the game for the Hawkeyes.
I'm still hunting for him.
Young, the right-hander, he's a senior, 5'11", from LeClaire, Iowa. Competed in high school at Pleasant Valley.
I have a million favorite players on this team, but Jack is way up the list.
Jack could be the leader in the clubhouse, huh?
Yeah, he made 8 appearances last year, 5.68 ERA. They did do something a little different with him this year. kind of through the fall and winter, they lowered his arm slot, and so again, I used it this weekend with Sam Hart, but kind of the same idea. Think Jacob Henderson here a little bit as he drops down. Not as much with left-handed hitters, but you'll certainly see it as a right-handed hitter comes up to the plate.
Righty on lefty, first pitch swinging. This is a base hit to right. Cut off nicely by Wilmus before that one can get to the wall, so it's kept as just a single for Rogers, the first baseman from Loras, to lead off the fourth.
Really nice play from Wilmus there to cut that off and not let it scoot past him. Keep it just to a single.
Brings up Jackson Cullen, the designated hitter, DH. Right-handed hitter, first pitch strike from Young. Yeah, and you mentioned the changes that he made in the offseason. I believe he played it with Clinton. Ty Snepp was down there doing some coaching as well during the summer after the season. 0-1 pitch just outside. Young basically said he wants to be a key contributor to the team, and so he'll do whatever it takes. And part of that was, all right, we're gonna change the mechanics a little bit. And Young bought in, and so Jack is climbing the ranks in the bullpen for the Hawkeyes. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice off speed there, 1-2.
And why do you think you might be way up on my list of human beings on the team? I mean, just somebody that, hey, what do you need me to do? Just no ego about it. Just not, hey, I'm so good already. Why am I not pitching? Just, all right, you need me to change something? Let's go do it.
Here's the 1-2, just high and out. Ball 2. Try a throw down to first base on the back door pick attempt, but no luck that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out for Loras in the fourth. Young comes set. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Raiders got it. He'll throw it to second for 1. On to first just a bit late. And so they get the lead runner there, safe at first base.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guest spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
1 out for Loras in the fourth. Runner at first base. Another left-handed hitter coming to the plate. This is Cody Sonny. First pitch is low and out, ball 1. Sonny has one of Loras's 2 hits. Singled in the second. Decent lead at first base. Young comes set, gets the sign from Moore. The pitch inside, ball 2. Talking about Ty Snepp a bit, the director of player development last year and heading into this season. Accepted a coaching position with the Red Sox, with the Boston Red Sox organization. 2-0 pitch is high and out, ball 3. Tyler coaching the High A affiliate of the Red Sox in Greenville, South Carolina. The Greenville Drive. So we wish the best to Ty. We don't need to wish him too much luck because he's going to do a great job with them.
Oh, he will. Casey Day also, the other guy on that had to medically retire, but really good team guy on the Hawkeye staff, got himself a coaching job as well. So great to see both of those guys be able to take the next step in what they want to do.
3-1 is hit foul over towards Tello at third base. It'll be a full count now for Sonny. Yeah, really proud of both Casey and Ty.
You had Dylan Nedved here this afternoon. He was actually throwing a live bullpen to the catchers out here, so good to see Dill again.
Full count pitch from Young. Ground ball back up the middle. Young snags it, throws it to second for 1, over to first, double play! How about that? Jack Young gets it started, and Guerin finishes it with a good hold over there at first base. 1-6-3 double play.
Athletic move and was able to jump set his feet around, made a great throw to Siegs coming across coming across the bag and got the out at first as well.
Throw it to the bag, John. That's the key. Don't throw it to where the defender's coming from. Throw it to the bag. Jack Young accurate with that. Forces the double play to end the top of the fourth. 10-0 Iowa. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Watch the exciting Iowa women's basketball team play in the Big Ten tournament. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has just a few rooms available at the Marquette Hotel in downtown Minneapolis. The hotel is located just a few blocks and within an easy walk to the Target Center. This package is 2-night hotel only on March 8th and 9th with an option to purchase additional nights. Go to duagency.com to book this official Hawkeye women's basketball package. Click on vacations and group travel. Don't miss Hawkeye women's basketball in the Big Ten tournament. duagency.com.
Hey Iowans, Luka Garza here. For me to get to the NBA, I've worked on my speed, precision, and my shot. For you to get to the NBA, all you need is the Iowa Lottery. First, play bonus multiplier scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Then, enter non-winning tickets for your chance to win a VIP suite experience with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including food, hotel, and $1,000 cash. Plus, center court seats to see the Iowa Wolves. Enter today and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
John Evans and John Leo back at Duane Banks Field this afternoon. Iowa on top of Loras 10-0 as we get to the bottom of the fourth. A new pitcher in for the Dewhawks. They'll go with the right-hander, Aiden O'Hara.
Another freshman coming in, 5'10", from Palos Heights, Illinois. So this really is a good game for Loras, as they've got some guys that they need to see and want to see, and yeah, they get them up on a mound before the games really count for them. So this is a good adventure for them.
5, 6, and 7 due up for the Hawkeyes in the fourth. Reese Moore will get it started. First pitch fastball just high and out away from the left-handed hitter.
Another guy in the middle 80s, so I mean, doing a nice job getting it up there.
Operates out of the windup very quickly, however. Another fastball high and out, 2-0.
I'm a big fan of pitchers operating quickly.
Yes.
Especially in 10-0 games.
Move the game along. See if he gives Reese something to hit here. The 2-0. Breaking ball, nice pitch, called strike on the outside corner. You don't really want Reese swinging at that one, especially in a favorable count as a hitter.
Correct. You know, good breaking ball on the outside edge of the plate. I mean, not really one he's going to drive somewhere. I mean, he's got a double, basically, so you got to figure out how to pitch he needs to double with. Ooh.
Tries to go back with the same pitch in the same location, just a little bit too far outside away from Reese, 3-1.
That's a good piece of hitting from Reese, because that's a really good pitch that just got called a strike. He moved it out 2 inches, and you held off.
The 3-1 off the end of the bat, hit foul towards the Loras dugout over on the left side. Full count now to Moore. The 3-2 outside, ball 4. Reese thought about it and laid off.
Good job holding off there. University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes.
Here's Ben Wilmus. First pitch to Ben. Got him on the elbow. Hit by pitch. Wilmus will head down to first base. He also has an elbow protector. Prevents that from hurting too bad. So a couple of free bases earned by the Hawkeyes to start the fourth. On top of Loras 10-0. Here's Blake Guerin.
Well, and Coach Heller, after Cade's injury, I think pretty much anybody that could put on armor when they go to the plate has been told to put it up on there so that there's no other fluke injuries on anything like that.
Look forward to having Cade back and available when the time is right. Runners at first and second for Iowa in the fourth. Nobody out. First pitch to Guerin. Breaking ball. is low and in the dirt. The catcher cannot locate it initially. It was right next to him, but he could not find it. Runners advance to second and third.
Yeah, Kate is the newest first base coach now, and I'm not gonna give away any trade secrets, but let's say that today he took the next step in his recovery. So,
excellent.
So moving along, he's on a good timeline right now.
Good. 1 ball, no strikes to Guerin. There's a strike. Low and in, 1-1.
It only looked low because Blake's 6'6".
Yeah. Blake with a double and a run scored today. He's got a couple in scoring position for him now. There's a called strike on the inner half of the plate. Didn't care for that pitch too much. We'll see if he gets something better on this one. 1-2.
Really been busting the inside part of the plate on Blake. He's such a pull hitter. If he could get his barrel out on this one, he could send one over there.
Breaking ball swung on and missed. And Guerin is down on strikes. He gets a barrel on that one. It's going to go a long way, but that's the trick of the trade when you throw the off-speed high like that. Hard to time it up.
Yeah, not exactly the birthday present Blake wanted there, but got one up high that looked pretty good and couldn't quite get it done.
Brings up Gable Mitchell. First pitch just outside from O'Hara. Mitchell with 2 runners in scoring position now and 1 out. Here's the 1-0. Floats outside again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Again, you kind of just want to see guys get quality at bats. You know, they don't all have to lead to hits, but you just want to make sure guys are up there. They're seeing things the way they want to see it.
2-0 is a breaking ball that stays high. Ball 3.
You know, making good. They call them, and I'm sure lots of teams call them, but you know, making those good swing decisions. You know, making sure that you're swinging at the pitches you're supposed to swing at, and you know, hopefully at least hitting it hard enough.
Here's the 3-0 to Mitchell. It's right down Main Street, 3-1.
A good fastball there. Again, this is kind of one of those they've been pounding Gable on the outside part of the plate. Left center field's wide open for him.
Center fielder shifted over a bit more towards right. Just didn't see enough to hit there, and Mitchell draws the walk. Full count, rather bases full for Kyle Huckstorf now.
It's all right. It's your first game. Yeah, it's the
shaking off the rust.
Opening day for you. It's fine.
So 3 free bases in the inning for Iowa. 2 walks and a hit batter. Brings up Huck. Huckstorf's been walked and hit by a pitch. 1 out, bases loaded. First pitch, drives it deep to left. Get going, baby. It is gone. Kyle Huckstorf. Grand slam. Yes.
Talk about a guy that needed something positive to happen for him at the plate. Great to see there. Turned that around. 374 to the left field scoreboard as he launched that one nicely out there and made Loras pay for the free bases.
Jumped on that one. And that's the second time that that scoreboard out there in left field has had a visitor. Second home run of the day for the Hawks. Tello hit one in the first. Huckstorf gets one now in the fourth. Iowa 14-0. Top of the order for the Hawks now. Here's Michael Seegers. First pitch to Michael in there for a strike.
Looks we've got Connor Hennings on deck, so see a first Hawkeye field substitution. He'll come in for Petey.
Ooh, 0-1 got Seegers. Now Michael doesn't have much protection on the arm or the hip, and so Michael will walk down to first base. I think you're right, though. This is a good opportunity for the Hawks to have good competitive at-bats where you have to have those good swing decisions, and so far Iowa with 12 hits through 3 1/3 innings.
And they've been hard hits. You know, that hasn't been, I cheap rolled one over there. Connor Hennings in for his second at-bat as a Hawkeye. Second plate appearance, I guess we'll call it. He hasn't officially got the at-bat yet.
Saw action in the Ball State game, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Worked a 2-0 count. Hennings, a right-handed hitter. He is a junior, 6'3". This is a tall drink of water.
He's going to be well-liked by Hawkeye fans by the time he's done.
2-0 pitch to Hennings in there for a strike. Didn't love it, so didn't swing at it. 2-1.
He hit .359 at San Mateo last year. Was at Nevada the year before that and didn't play, but so he's probably a redshirt sophomore actually. But
Seegers with a good lead at first base. Here's the 2-1 up and in. Hennings has to turn away. Ball 3. Ben Swales is on deck for Iowa. Subbing in for Raider Tello.
Trying to save the scoreboard.
Here's the 3-1. Hennings popped it up, left side. The catcher giving chase near the on-deck circle. Full head of steam into the net. This one is fouled in the first row of the bleachers.
That Loras fan was paying more attention to the catcher and less attention to the ball that about brained him.
That's right. Right next to him. So Hennings will get another crack at it. Full count for Connor. Stands in the right-handed batter's box. Seegers at first base with 1 out in the 4th. The pause and the pitch from O'Hara. Again, popped up left side, foul territory. Catcher's got this one for the second out.
That was an interesting interaction there. That's a third baseman's ball all day, every day, and he kind of let the catcher call him off and make a little running catch with that catcher's mitt. That's not an easy play for a catcher. Really nice catch. Really nice catch there.
Yeah, very tough play, John.
A couple of good pitches there with 2 strikes, though, not to sell O'Hara short here. He hasn't had the best control, but really did a nice job there. Got it inside, got it in on Connor's hands twice.
2 down in the Hawkeye 4th. Huckstorf with the grand slam in this inning to extend the lead to 14-0. Here's Ben Swales, right-handed hitter. First pitch, breaking ball, inside corner for a strike. Swales, redshirt freshman, from just across the interstate over there in Tiffin.
He was my fouled out of play to the right. He was my bus seat mate. So yeah, got to chat with him quite a bit over the weekend as we drove to the various places. We stayed about 30 minutes from the ballpark in Charleston, so we got some quality bus time every day.
The 0-2 to Swales. Breaking ball stayed high, ball 1.
Pretty good pitch variety here. He's got an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. That curveball was 68, so he's got some good variance. If he can find his control, he'll be a nice pitcher for him.
Here's the 1-2. Low and out, ball 2. I guess I'd say that, I've honestly been impressed with the Loras pitching to this point. They're all freshmen, getting their, their experience, their first time here in Iowa City. As Swales skies this one foul to the Iowa bullpen, out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. O'Hara's struggled a little bit with the control, as you're mentioning, but prior to that, throwing a lot of strikes.
How long before we flip the lights on?
We got to be getting there, John. I don't know if they already are, but somebody's got to tell Nick or whoever's in charge of that. We're getting close.
We're going to need lights here soon.
They take a little while to warm up. Here's the 2-2 to Swales. Inside, very close, ball 3.
We're definitely giving the pitchers an advantage here shortly.
That's a good catch out of you. I had not noticed that. Full count, 2 outs. Seegers at first. He takes off. This pitch hits Swales in the left shoulder. the lead shoulder. And another hit by pitch for the Hawkeyes in this inning.
When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using hashtag IowansWin, and you could win even more from Iowa corn.
Runners at first and second now for the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the fourth.
Ben's got to understand that was a 3-2 count. If he gets out of the way, he still walks.
Right. Yep. Save the body a little bit there, Ben.
No need to take that.
Maybe he just couldn't get out of the way from it. First pitch to Kopp. Outside. Hard fastball. Ball one.
I mean, we're up into O'Hara's now. That was pitch 33, so it's been a heck of an inning for him trying to get the Hawkeyes out here.
There are 2 outs as Kopp hits this to third. Nice play by the third baseman, Sonny. He'll grab it on a couple of hops and just run to the bag at third for the force out. Good piece of hitting there by Kopp. He got a hold of it but hit it on the ground right to the third baseman. All right, a grand slam for Kyle Hucksdorf. That highlights the Hawkeye fourth. We'll head to the fifth. Iowa 14, Loras nothing. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Top of the fifth inning in Iowa City, John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth at Duane Banks. The home opener for the Hawkeyes in 2024. Iowa leading Loras 14-0. The Hawks will send out a new pitcher. They'll go with the lefty, Brant Hogue.
Hogue, 6'4", senior, left-hander from Sioux City. He was actually by way of Oklahoma State. So, only threw 2/3 of an inning last year. He's way ahead on his injury recovery now. So it's great to see him out there. And, again, big left-handed thrower. Gives the Hawkeyes some, what have we had? We've had Elliott was left-handed. Now Brant comes in left-handed. You still got Ben Dete. You still got a couple other guys. So a little bit better mix than maybe Iowa's had in the past of being able to come in and lefty-righty matchup if they want to try it. It's nice to see Brant out there ready to contribute.
Did see him in the Sunday game against Lehigh this past weekend. He threw an inning, faced 5 batters, gave up a walk, but no hits, no runs, and a good Hawkeye debut for Hogue as he's up ahead early and now even with DiBenedetto for Loras. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fastball's right about 90 plus or minus here so far, so good velocity coming back.
Swing and a miss there, off speed. That's a pretty good changeup, isn't it?
Yeah, and then he throws the 80-mile-an-hour where the bottom falls out of it.
Out of the windup, the 1-2. Just low, ball 2.
Really kind of gets the arm out. Again, it's if you're looking at the clock face from where we're sitting, it's clear out at that kind of 1:32 o'clock spot.
2-2, swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for Hogue, 1 down in the 5th.
We've got Swales in at third base and Connor Hennings out in left field now. So Tello and Petey's days are done.
Good days for both Peterson and Tello. Couple of hits for Petey. 3 hits to be exact. Home run for Tello. Jack Carney is the batter for Loras. Hawkeyes misfired on the first couple of pitches, 2-0.
It's always interesting to see. You know, you think, oh, the lefty on lefty matchup or righty on righty favors the pitcher, but good pitch there as he gets it across for a strike. But sometimes those sidearm guys, and with the way the rules are now, it's a little harder. You know, you kind of lose the inside part of the plate when you throw it at that angle.
2-1, hit on the ground, left side. Good backhand stop by Swales. He'll step, he'll throw, he'll get him at first base. 2 down.
What a welcome to the game for Ben. Makes a really nice backhand pick and fire across. At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
That'll bring up Alex Sandoval, the starting shortstop for Loras. Nice pitch there from Hogue. That one swept all the way across the zone. It's a called strike, 0-1. I like what I see from Brant here today.
Well, and that's, again, we talked about the traveling squad and all the battle. Another good swing and miss there on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, that's Coach Heller. Coach Heller felt like the last 2 years the season's ended because he ran out of arms in the bullpen, and I don't think he wanted that to happen again.
No. 1 ball and 2 strikes now as that one missed just outside. And Iowa set up very nicely in the bullpen this year.
Yeah, and that's not a criticism of the guys that were in the bullpen. It's just a criticism of the number of guys that were in the bullpen.
1-2, swung on and missed to end the top of the 5th. Great job in his home debut for Brant Hogue. 2 strikeouts, 3 up, 3 down for Loras in the 5th. We'll go to the bottom half right after this. 14-0 Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
True cannabis products like concentrates, vapes, tablets, creams are available legally in Iowa, but only at licensed medical dispensaries. Get a med card online, quick and easy. I got mine in less than a day. Chronic pain is the most common condition. Search for Bud & Mary's online or call their dispensary to learn how you can get your med card. Bud & Mary's grows real cannabis, not hemp. That means their products contain real THC with no percentage limits. Find an Iowa licensed dispensary near you at budmary.com.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Bottom of the 5th inning. Iowa on top of Loras 14-0. Good to be with you this Tuesday afternoon. John Evans and John Leo up here in the booth. New pitcher into the game for Loras, Daniel Gesto.
Hold on to it. Freshman. 6'3" right-hander. Just watching the warm-up pitches here. Well, I was going to say, seems like a little bit more of a junk ball guy, but then all of a sudden he got that one up there at 88. So he's got some good speed to it, and kind of a thinner guy, little different build. Kind of got that whippy arm action.
Yes.
Maybe deceptively quick as it gets in there.
See what the what he has in store for the Hawkeyes. We get to the bottom of the 5th inning. Iowa with 14 runs, 12 hits, no errors defensively. Loras, no runs, 2 hits. They've also played a clean game out in the field. Here's Reese Moore. First pitch to Reese, below the knees, ball 1. Gesto operates out of the stretch only. No windup for him. He fires one in there that's fouled straight to the net. Off the bat of Moore, 1-1.
There's another one of those. So many freshmen, but again, nice. They've done a nice job being around the plate. That one's a little high again, but I think you could see some good things out of this. Loras last year they made their first Division III NCAA tournament appearance in their school's history, so did a nice job, won the conference tournament.
2-1 to Moore, high and out, ball 3. Moore's had a successful day. Ben Wilmus awaits on deck. Here comes the 3-1. Moore pops it up. High fly ball, shallow right. DiBenedetto moving forward. He's camped underneath it. He's got it. Out number 1. Brings up Ben Wilmus, Iowa's right fielder today. Right field has been the one position that that isn't certain, isn't concrete defensively for Iowa. Who's going to play a majority of the games out there, especially in the outfield. You know Huck's going to be in center. You know Peterson's going to be in left for the most part.
Yeah, we saw 3 different starters over the weekend. You know, we had Wilmus Nelson misses outside with a breaking ball there, and then Kellen Strohmeyer started Sunday. So you saw a little bit of what I'd call everybody, and Connor Hennings is in that mix too. So yeah, you know, again, it's who can down low there, who's flashing the bat, who takes advantage of those opportunities, and you know, who gets them in a spot where they're like, hey, we can win the game.
All very quality options to choose from when we get to that point of the season. As Wilmus fouls that one off his ankle, he'll hop around in some pain. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Hawkeye right fielder.
Yeah, it's I guess that's the nice part, is it's not, oh geez, who do we have to pick? It's, we go with him. Oh yeah, we like him. And you know, Kellen brings something different. You know, nice left-handed hitter, and
all very different, aren't they?
Yeah, a little. And Andy, you know, Andy brings a ton of speed. It was great to see him back this weekend.
Here's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop gives chase, makes a nice play, throws it over to first to get Wilmus. Tip your cap on that one. Good job by Sandoval to hunt that down just over the bag at second.
And speaking of Andy,
we're going to get him right now. So he's in for Blake Guerin, at least in the batting order. Andy Nelson play first base?
I'm sure
we're going to find out.
I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
Not sure what the rearranging might be, but
well, that was one thing that surprised me, and not in a negative sense, but to see Andy out in right field. You know, we didn't see him at all last year, and so my familiarity with him, you know, a little bit less than yours. But to see him out in right, he's a pretty versatile player.
Oh, 100%. And so, you know, to Loras fans listening to this, the Loras appreciation tweet, when Loras came to Iowa City and won 2 years ago, Andy had the bunt single in the 9th to start a rally. All as it was a 1-run rally, but
as he pops it up to the first baseman there to end the 5th.
But a lot of speed, you know. On over the weekend, he ended up walking. He stole second, he stole third, and he scored on Gable Mitchell's squeeze bunt. I mean, so again, creating a run. You know, played a nice right field. Did a really good job out there. So after 2 years, it was good to see him back. He's battled injuries, and you know, one of these guys. Like, hopefully, we'll see Ben DeTay pitch later, and another guy that you're just happy to see get back out there.
Very excited to see both of them. We're through 5 at Banks. Iowa leads 14-0. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Top of the 6th inning in Iowa City. The Hawks on top of the Loras Dewhawks 14-0. New pitcher in for Iowa. The Hawks will go with freshman Drew Derrimer.
6'3", 190-pound right-hander from Omaha, Nebraska. Millard West. 90% sure. I was just telling you, I'm almost positive I ended up during the black and gold scrimmages last fall. I think I met his parents. I live downtown, and I think I ran into him.
Oh, really?
I ran into him downtown in the hotel, and kind of one of those things. I saw somebody getting on the elevator, saw the Hawkeye kind of spouted off something like you do, and had a conversation. I'm pretty sure it was his dad, Joe.
Great. We get our first look of the season at Drew. First pitch, hard fastball, spiked in the dirt. Ball one. The batter is the left-hander Olszewski, the catcher for Loras. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Derrimer. Swung on and fouled back to the pad, 1-1. We'll tell you that Andy Nelson is playing first base, so he can do just about everything defensively. He's been in right, and before that, to my understanding, he was pretty much an infielder, right?
Middle infielder, third base. Third base the first year that I did this.
1-1 from Derrimer just outside, ball 2.
Yeah, he kind of switched back and forth between third base and second before had some hamstring issues that first year and couldn't quite get it, and then had some arm issues last year. So, again, just great to see him out there getting to play.
Sticking with it. Here's the 2-1 from Derrimer, high and out, ball 3.
Fastball's been low 90s here. First 2 hit 92, and then 91 and 90 here. But he's having a little bit of challenge locating right now.
Operates out of the windup from the first base side of the rubber. Steps and fires the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Derrimer.
Yeah, brought it right back in the zone again. Another good fastball, 91.
Moore flashes the sign. The 3-2. Low and out, ball 4. Leadoff walk to begin the 6th.
Today's game is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Here's Max McCallum into the box, another left-handed hitter. Derrimer looking for a ground ball here with Seegers and Mitchell playing tight to the bag at second, up the middle. First pitch from Derrimer. That's low, ball 1.
First off-speed pitch he's tried there.
Couldn't quite get him to bite on that.
That was a pretty good look. Just dropped below the zone, but I mean, had good profile to it the whole time.
The pause, the 1-0 pitch, ground ball to Mitchell at second. He gloves it, spins, throws to Seegers for 1 on to first. Double play. There it is.
4-6-3, pretty smooth move there. Hawkeye infield helping out a pitcher.
And a quick turn there by Mitchell. He sort of turned his back to the mound and home plate on the spin, right?
It took an interesting hop on him and ended up getting more to his glove side than he was ready for. So he just let it kind of take him all the way around and made the spin move and was able to deliver a good fastball to Seegers.
Impressive performance by the Iowa defense today, I would say. It played clean out there. No errors, but making the extraordinary plays as well.
Yeah, they're clean plus for sure. They've made some plays and saved some action just from extra stress.
Seagraves sends one on the ground to Mitchell at second. Gable comes up with it, fires a dart over there to Nelson at first for the 3rd out of the inning. Nice job by Derrimer in his Hawkeye debut. 3 up, 3 down for Loras in the 6th. We'll go to the bottom half right after this. Hawks lead 14-0. We're back with more in just a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network? It's free for 30 days. Want to test drive U.S. Cellular even faster? Just get a race car driver to be your personal chauffeur.
Just let me buckle my... Whoa! Hey, my calls and data work great out here!
Test drive U.S. Cellular free for 30 days. Named the leader in 5G coverage in Iowa.
You can pull over now! Please?
U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Awards based on open signal independent data. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect. that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye football.
Bottom of the 6th in Iowa City. Iowa 14, Loras nothing. Gable Mitchell will lead things off for the black and gold. They'll face a new Loras pitcher. Will Moonen is into the game.
6'5" right-hander. Evergreen Park, Illinois, but wait for it, he's a sophomore.
First non-freshman pitcher out there for Loras.
Bringing in the old man of the squad so far.
The vet.
The crafty veteran at this point for the Loras pitching staff.
Yeah, just kind of look at their roster, and I see 4 seniors on the team. I see a lot of freshmen, handful of sophomores and juniors, but I only see 4 seniors. DiBenedetto, I remember him last year. It took me till about the 4th inning to get his name right, John. You remember that?
Well, I remember calling his name a couple times. And so he's a nice player too. Does a really good job for him.
Here's Gable Mitchell, first pitch, high and out. Ball 1. Gable's getting a lot of work from the left-handed batter's box today. He's a switch hitter by trade, but facing a lot of right-handers this afternoon. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the Hawkeye second baseman. Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, this is plate appearance number 4 for him, and he's 1 for 1.
Yeah, he's got 2 walks. Those sandwich a single. There's a strike called, low and outside corner, 2-1.
Funny enough, his 2 walks was when he scored the runs. So they do better to let him get a hit. They've been able to get out of the innings without him scoring then.
Right. Out of the windup, here comes the 2-1 delivery. High and tight, but called a strike. 2-2. That one had a little break back into the plate. Mitchell had backed away momentarily. 2 balls, 2 strikes, leading off the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. I don't sense the velocity's the same for Moonen, who's in there now for Loras.
No, he's been more in the lower 80s when he's bringing the fastball.
Full count pitch on its way to Mitchell. Inside, close, but ball 4. And Mitchell is on for the 4th time today, drawing his 3rd walk.
Gable has good speed too, so it'll be interesting to see. Maybe he gets on his horse and goes here, but maybe you don't at 14-0. But again, both teams are trying to work on things,
right.
So their pitcher's going to try to pick him off because he needs to work on his pickoff move. Yep. So that's just kind of the way this game goes.
We'll see Merrick Matthews, one of the Iowa newcomers, step into the box in the spot of Kyle Huckstorf. So Matthews making his debut for the Hawks.
6-foot junior, Indian Hills, Centerville, Iowa. Down in the southern tier or 2 of counties of Iowa. Not too far from Coach Heller's stomping grounds there.
1-0 pitch is high and out, ball 2.
Yeah, that was the 69-mile-an-hour spinner up there.
You could see it coming, couldn't you, John?
You could.
Yeah.
He almost looks like he slows his arm down to throw that curveball.
2-0 pitch to Matthews. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1. Important to note that the lights are on. I just noticed that. We talked about that an inning ago.
Someone is home.
Plenty of people, just shy of 900 here at Banks this afternoon. I'll take that crowd all the way through the season, but I'm guessing that we're going to see a few more as the season goes along.
Well, you got to remember too, this wasn't on anybody's radar 5 days ago. So, if we get good weather, even next Tuesday, I think you'll see a good crowd, and it's a team worth and worthy of support.
Sure. 3-1 pitch to Matthews outside. That's ball 4. He draws a walk. Game that John is alluding to. Tuesday, February 27th, the Northern Illinois Huskies. They make the the trek over from DeKalb, Illinois. 4:05 first pitch. So, when you get off work, you can still make it with plenty of baseball left in the tank that day. 4:05. I've looked ahead to the weather. It says upper 60s that day. So there shouldn't be much of a chill in the air, although by the time the sun sets, maybe it gets a little cooler here in Iowa City. Here's Kellen Strohmeyer. He's into the game, swinging at the first pitch. Comes up empty on that one. That Northern Illinois game leads us into the series at Ole Miss. And we're looking forward to that one. Not looking, ahead to it past anybody, but that'll be a great series in Oxford.
Yeah, that'll be a great environment. Kind of looking forward to being involved around that one.
0-1 pitch to Strohmeyer, swing and a miss, nothing in two. You kind of compare that one to Texas Tech last year, where we were really looking forward to a truly hostile environment down there with the great fans that Texas Tech has for their baseball program. Ole Miss going to be no different. National champs a few years ago. They've got one of the top ballparks in the SEC, which says a lot. So great challenge for Iowa. Here's the 0-2 to Strohmeyer. That's outside, ball one.
Strohmeyer up from Dubuque Hempstead. Had his first hit on Sunday. First career hit as a Hawkeye. Didn't play last year, but back at it, ready to roll now.
Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Bottom six. 1-2 pitch to Strohmeyer. Here it comes. Inside. Got away from the catcher to the backstop. And so now a pair of Hawkeyes in scoring position.
Catchers had just a little bit of difficulty on the ones that maybe something flashes in front. That ball was inside. Strohmeyer kind of didn't work real hard to get out of the way and kind of maybe, again, just kind of flashed in his vision a little bit, and it ricocheted off his glove and couldn't grasp it.
Long look in for the sign. Pitcher's got it. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strohmeyer down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Might have chased ball 4 there, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah. That was a pitch below 70 miles an hour, and so you got a lot of time to think about it, to swing at it or to not swing at it.
It might cause more problems if you got time to think about it.
Right. Not a knock at all. Just the reality of the velocity. Here is Hennings, right-handed batter. First pitch to Connor. He rips this one to left, hooking towards the corner, but it's caught by the left fielder. Mitchell will try to tag. He will score, and so a sacrifice fly for Hennings makes it 15-0. Iowa out in front.
Nice job from Gable right away to recognize that, headed back to the bag, and was ready. If the ball hooks in the corner, great. You're going to score anyway. If the guy makes the catch, now you're back on the bag, ready to tag up and save your hitter in at bat.
Yeah. Here's Ben Swales. Matthews had to hang out there at second base, so he's still there. He could not tag. First pitch to Swales, swing and a miss out in front of that first pitch breaking ball, 0-1. A 1 pitch, ground ball to third. Picked up on a couple of bounces, a step, throw, and in the dirt. Could not be picked out of the dirt by the first baseman. And so that'll be an E5. And Hennings is on.
That's one of those, as a first baseman, you think you should make every play, but boy, those are tough picks, even on the turf, to come up with that, especially on the backhand side. Tough scoop there. He was kind of disappointed, but boy, that's just a tough squeeze there.
Yeah, the pick to the backhand side, as you mentioned, John, just pretty difficult there. Runners at the corners for Iowa's next hitter, which would be Will Mulfler.
Another guy high on the good human list.
First pitch to Mulfler, outside, ball 1. Will represents the state of Washington, as Mulfler is a senior from Mercer Island. 1-0 pitch to Will. That's high. Ball 2.
I don't think I'd ever read the media guide before with his mom's the head women's golf coach. I'm a big fan of his mom all of a sudden.
There you go. Some golf discussions.
Exactly.
Does it say where she's coaching at?
University of Washington, fellow.
Oh, at UW.
Fellow Big Ten member now.
Oh, that's still strange for me to hear. You got to think about that next year, John. Where are we headed?
I saw for volleyball I get to go to USC and UCLA.
Yes, you do.
So I'm kind of excited about that, I think.
Are you an LA guy?
No.
No, me neither.
So I'm not 100% sure. I think I might have preferred Seattle and Eugene, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Moelfler. That's one area in the United States I haven't really been, the Pacific Northwest.
I've been to both Seattle and Portland, but haven't spent tons of time up there.
Cold and rainy is not your friend, so unless there's something great there, I'm curious how much you enjoyed it.
Well, they do cold. So instead of snow, winter in Seattle or the Northwest is rain, and so it's just different. It's not like it rains every day during the summer or anything. And I spent a week in the summer, so it was great.
Nice. Full count pitch to Moelfler. He pops this one foul, out of play. We'll do it again.
And it's Seattle was pretty cool. You're up on the Puget Sound there, and just just as you move kind of even northwest into the little peninsula finger there of Washington, and from Portland you're not terribly far from the ocean, which is pretty cool and neat stuff.
Here's the 3-2 to Moelfler. High fly ball, shallow center. McCallum comes forward, reaches high above his head to make the catch for the 3rd out. Iowa gets 1 in the 6th, extending the lead 15-0. We'll go to the 7th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Top of the 7th in Iowa City. Hawks on top of Loras, 15-0. New pitcher into the game for Iowa. We'll go with the right-hander, Reese Buter.
I so enjoy TrackMan so much more than – I was watching Reese throw on Sunday, trying to figure out kind of how hard he was throwing, and you're kind of making your guesses. I really didn't have any idea that Reese is up in the 95, 97 range, so kind of an interesting look here, watching him really get it up there. And, yes, then I will tell you that he's the transfer. I got to find him here in the
Dallas Baptist.
He's the DBU,
I believe, for the Hawks. It's going to be all the way at the top. Well, he's in the newcomer list.
Yeah.
Sam did a great job putting that media guide together. He did have some assistance.
Maybe you, perhaps?
Yes.
15 appearances at DBU. He was 0-0 in 16 2/3 innings. 9 earned runs on 15 strikeouts. He was at Kirkwood Community College, but probably more importantly, how he found his way from Dallas to Iowa was he's a Cedar Falls fella, Dyke New Hartford High School.
We talk about some of the transfers that have come in, especially for the bullpen. I believe they're all Iowa guys that went out and then are coming back. So come on home. That's all right.
Everybody I turned around and fouled off out of play over our head. Everybody that I introduced on the weekend, that was the case.
Okay, yeah. So Buter and Hogue, and then Hackett Justin Hackett.
Yep. Hopefully Justin gets an inning here today.
1-1 pitch fouled into the glove of Reese Moore, 1-2. Batter right now for Loras is Daniel Rogers. He's got one of the Dewhawks' 2 hits. Buter comes set. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt, ball 2. Clean-shaven face for Buter, except for the very thick mustache. Very thick. You can see it from all the way up here.
It's a good look on him.
Yes.
I couldn't pull it off. One, I can't get a mustache that thick, but
I'm right there with you. Facial hair, not my forte, John. Here comes the 2-2, ground ball right side. Diving stop there at first by Matthews. He'll flip it to Buter, but not in time. Just a bit late. Great effort there by Merrick Matthews, who's playing first base now.
Great play from Matthews, and we're going to put that one on Buter. You know, that's kind of that spring training thing. You know, the ball goes that way. You got to sprint to first base and get there, and he was, fell off the mound a little bit the other way and wasn't able to get turned around in time to help out his first baseman or help himself out.
Infield single for Rogers, his second hit of the day. Stands at first with a very short lead. First pitch outside from Buter to Jackson Cullen. See if we can set the infield, at least for the Hawks right now. Swales at third. Mitchell moved over from second to short. Nelson moved from first to second. Merrick Matthews, who entered the game, he's at first base now. Ground ball to Swales at third. He'll throw it to second for 1. On to first. Double play, and that erases the infield single just like that. 3
double plays again. And you're doing it with guys in different spots, unusual positions. Good turn there. As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Pinch hitter in for Loras. This is Justin Gutierrez, right-handed hitter. Ooh, he drives this one to left, moving back on it and over the head of Connor Hennings for a base hit. That'll be a double. First pitch swinging for Gutierrez, and he gave that one a ride to left.
Sat on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that was center, and he turned on it and turned it around at 98 miles an hour. So nice job.
Very nice swing from Gutierrez.
Well, when you don't start, your goal is to start.
That's right. Yeah, it's kind of like the pitchers trying to find time for the on the weekend, right?
Yeah. So how do you do that? You go show your coach, hey coach, I just hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from that D1 guy. I'm ready to play.
2 outs, runner at second. Buter fires a strike right past DiBenedetto.
Popped out of Moore's glove, but fortunately nobody went anywhere.
Reese has been solid behind the plate for Iowa in the absence of Cade Moss. No balls and a strike from Buter. Here's a line drive up the middle, base hit. Waving the runner from third, he will score. This is an offline throw from the center fielder, and it'll stay as a single with the runner at first base. But Loras is on the board. They score a run in the 7th, 15-1.
Not 100% sure where that throw was going.
Just a little bit wide from Strohmeyer there.
Wide of what, though?
Yeah, it wasn't cut off. Something Iowa's got to figure out. That was up the line at third. 2 outs, 15-1. Here's a blooper hit down the left field line, just foul by a few feet. That'll bring back Carney, the junior left-handed hitter.
Ooh. Wake Forest just canceled their baseball season. They lost to UNC Greensboro 4-3. I'm making fun of my message board friends just a little bit, but sometimes the #1 ranked team in the country loses a game that they weren't supposed to lose.
Right. Basically finished last season number 3 as they were in that final series.
You called a game for them.
I did. I was called into action. Wake Forest and LSU last year in the College World Series.
Was that any fun?
That was a really good time, and it warmed me up for what could be ahead for.
I say, will it be more fun this year when it's Iowa in those games?
Man, I'd love to see the Hawks in the College World Series. We do go to Omaha for the Big Ten tournament, but I'd like to spend a couple of weekends, separate ones, in Omaha. The pitch is high from Buter. The runner steals second base. Good jump there by DiBenedetto. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Yeah, so Wake Forest, number 1 team in the country. They lose to UNC Greensboro today. 4-3, tight game.
Only had 4 hits.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes, they left 11 runners on. And well, at some point later in the season, we'll probably have to revisit this dead horse. But for now, it's just that reminder. It's early in the year. Strange things happen. Wake Forest will still be okay. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, no doubt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Buter's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. And there was plenty of chaos in the opening week. Florida lost at home. They're the number 2 or 3 team in the country. And they got beat at home by St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of teams played some stout competition.
And you could argue, just misses down low. Yeah. It was. You can argue the difference of Wake Forest is going to have a schedule that allows them to make some mistakes. That's the biggest difference is that, obviously with the northern schools, teams kind of look for a reason to maybe kick Iowa in the shins. But I think anybody that watches the games certainly recognizes the arm talent that Iowa's going to roll out there on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
And realize, you're going to be in every series you play in. You may not win them all. You may not win it. You're not going to win every game. You may not win every series. But when you roll your arm talent out there, it's going to compete with everybody.
Buter walks Kearney. And so runners at first and second now for Loras with 2 outs. First pitch is low, just downstairs. Velocity is good from Buter. Just missing downstairs a couple of times. This is Sandoval, the shortstop. He's had a nice game defensively. Here's the 1-0. That's high, ball 2.
Yeah, you wanted to see Reese have a little smoother, a little cleaner inning, but still find a way here, pitch through it.
Here's a 2-0, outside, ball 3.
And here's the part, and this was what happened Sunday was, maybe a good hit, maybe a self-induced thing, but then couldn't find your own way out of it.
That one's a strike at the knees. 3-1, stays alive in this at bat. One thing I do like about Buter right now, the redshirt junior, so really in his 4th year, good body language when things aren't necessarily going his way right now. Here comes the 3-1. Hit well down the line in left. That one is hooking, and it will go foul. Had home run distance, but was foul.
Well done on the hook versus slice there. That was
big emphasis on that.
I heard you kind of think about it and get it. That was well done. I appreciate you getting that right.
And it did hook, and thankfully it was foul. Iowa 15-1 in the top of the 7th. Buter's battled back. Now let's see if he can get Sandoval. Full count with 2 outs. The pause, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Buter got him.
Nice snap back there. Came back from 3-0. Was able to get the out, minimize the damage, and move us to stretch a little bit.
15-1, Iowa with the lead. We'll stretch things out in the middle of the 7th. We'll be back for the bottom half right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Bottom of the 7th inning in Iowa City. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. John Evans, John Leo with you this Tuesday afternoon. New pitcher in for Loras is a left-hander, Danny Heemer.
Danny Heemer, the 6'2" junior. Now we really are getting into the
climbing the ladder.
The more experienced people in the pitching staff, which again kind of goes back to if you're the Loras coach and you've got a couple players slotted into roles that you know they're going to be there, and you want to kind of see some other guys, see what they have, see how they deal with adversity of what you would expect would be one of the best lineups you're probably going to see all season.
Right.
Give them a test, see where it goes.
Reese Moore, Ben Wilmus, Andy Nelson due up for the Hawks in the 7th. Leading Loras 15-1. No run rule in effect today. And so Moore will walk up to the plate. 2 for 3 this afternoon. 2 runs scored. He's got an RBI, 2 doubles. Mixed in a walk as well. He flied out to right his last time up. Lefty on lefty matchup here. First pitch to Reese. Swing and a miss. Over the top of that one. 0-1.
Good cut there. 81-mile-an-hour mover.
A 1 from Heemer way outside in the opposite batter's box. 1-1. Out of the windup, here's the pitch. Drifted outside, ball 2.
Good hold there from Reese as he threw that breaking ball, started on the outside part of the plate, was able to hold up, didn't chase at it.
Kind of spraying all over the place right now. Missed inside there, 3-1.
Reese almost took that one off the shins again. Maybe he would have got his base this time.
Here's the 3-1. Just off the plate inside. That's ball 4. Reese has been on 4 times now today.
Couple doubles, couple walks.
Number 19, Ben Wilmus.
Ben had his first hit of the season back in the 2nd inning, an RBI double.
First pitch to Wilmus, high and out. He squared to bunt, pulled it back. I think Moore has some speed at first, not asking him to steal, but just out of curiosity.
He's got sneaky catcher speed.
Yeah. Catchers typically don't have a ton of speed, right? Wilmus puts down a bunt, foul. That thing was deadened down the first base line.
And he's young enough, he doesn't have a lot of catcher miles on his legs yet, so he's still got some good speed there. But what you're seeing here, Iowa trying to bunt the ball. I mean, again, this is situational work. This is, you think, 15-1, who cares? Wilmus needs to get this bunt down. If they're asking him to bunt, he's got to get this down because there'll be a time when he needs to execute this.
Swinging away here and fouls it back to the screen, 1-2.
That was the Ball State game on Saturday. That was probably the only thing Iowa didn't do right. Michael Seegers came up one time, got asked to sacrifice, and they didn't get the bunt down. He ended up making an out without the runners advancing, but actually I think he grounded into the double play that time. So, those are the things, games like this, the reason you're playing Loras instead of the inter-squad scrimmage is so you can execute these things and try to get things done in a live setting.
The pause and the 1-2 outside, good discipline there from Wilmus. And we've talked about the possible right fielders who will overtake that position in the starter role. Wilmus getting the start today, getting a number of at-bats. One of his strength is plate discipline, right? 2-2 outside, ball 3.
Yep, he got the opening day start at DH and then got the Ball State start in right. He and Andy Nelson flipped spots. And then they were both on the bench on Sunday when Davis Kopp came.
3-2, hit on the ground past the third baseman. And into left for a single. Wilmus notches his second base hit of the day. He had that stretch last year where he was nearly impossible to get out, mainly because he was drawing walks, getting hit by pitches, and then secondarily driving up pitch counts.
Driving up pitch count, and interesting though, it almost worked against him at some level because he kind of got into work the count, draw the walk thing, and lost some of his aggressiveness. And when I got a chance to talk to him on our travel, that was one of the things he really was looking to try to gain some of that aggressiveness back again.
Andy Nelson in the box, squared to bunt, pulled it back. It got away from the catcher, and both runners will advance 90 feet.
Good piece of base running there. And again, you talk about does your catcher have any speed? That ball really didn't get that far away, but it was a really nice read on Reese's part to see it. And then a nice job from Wilmus to recognize that, okay, he is going, I can follow up.
Infield comes in for Loras in the 7th, 15-1 Iowa with the lead. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Next pitch to Nelson is swung on and missed, 1-1. Mitchell on deck for the Hawks. See what Nelson can do here with a couple of runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-1, quick delivery home. That's just outside.
A
bit low. Yeah. Okay, yeah, low. 2-1.
Yeah, it's the vantage point I had in Charleston, I couldn't tell up and down at all. And then here even a couple of Reese's pitches I thought were pretty good, and TrackMan shows them as pretty low. And that one showed as low on there, so let's go with that.
We'll go with that. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nelson was trying to take that one off the scoreboard and left, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was an outside pitch, so he takes that to right center. He's probably still running, but trying to pull that one, that's a tough ask all day.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Pitcher comes set. Hemer's ready. Nelson hits it on the ground to second. Going to try to score from third. Now we're in a rundown. Moore running back to third, but Wilmus is already at third. Still in the pickle. Moore gets tagged out about 2/3 of the way between third and home.
That was a poor play from the catcher, really. Great job from Nelson to go ahead and get to second, but as the catcher's running Moore back, Wilmus is already standing on third. Run him all the way back to the bag and have 2 guys standing there and tag one of them out. You don't have to risk making another throw, but instead he made the throw, and I'm sure they'll have a talk about how to execute that rundown, because there was no reason for him to make that throw.
So now basically in the same spot here with Mitchell in the box, runners at second and third, 1 out.
We finally get Gable to.
Ooh, he got hit by that pitch, didn't he? He squared to bunt.
But he went at it. Never pulled the bunt back.
Coach Sutherland and Heller are out of the dugout. Marty's looking down the first baseline. They said that he went around, so he stays in the box even though he was hit by the pitch in the right knee, the back knee. Usually you don't have any protection on that one, because how often do you get hit in the back knee? Like the right side, because Gable's batting from the right side right now, so the right knee takes the beating on that. But Mitchell has to stay in the box.
It was interesting. He did hold the bat out there a long time, and again, our angle is not the greatest to see if he went at it, but he certainly didn't look like he just ripped it back.
Here comes the 0-1. Gable swings at this one and lines it to center. McCollum moves back, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. As Wilmus will tag, Wilmus will score 16-1 on the sac fly from Mitchell.
So he got his sacrifice, just not in the way he expected. And the good news for him was he got down to first base and was able to tell the first base umpire how unhappy he was with that call.
Really? I missed that.
He didn't stay long. He just he just expressed some unhappiness.
Gable's probably got that fire in there, doesn't he?
I can't imagine where that gene would have come from.
Oh. First pitch is a strike to Merrick Matthews. Yeah, Gable Mitchell's grandfather's got a statue across the street.
If he's got the fire in him, it's certainly built and earned from generations.
Gable's dad, also the head baseball coach of Iowa City High.
Played here too, right?
Mm-hmm. Always seem to be in the state tournament, right? The Little Hawks. The ball and a strike to Matthews. Outside, ball 2. Good swing there by Matthews, but comes up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
Hemer's done a nice job. He struggled a little bit when he first came in, but he's really kind of found the plate and done a much better job getting, kind of mixing his pitches and making it more of a challenge here.
Here's a 2-2, just low. Ball 3. Full count pitch, fouled back to the screen.
Play the roulette game of who's the next Hawkeye pitcher?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Hackett at some point, I would think. That would be my guess. Full count pitch to Matthews. We'll do it again. Here it comes. Slicing into right center field. Long run from McCollum. He's not going to get there. Matthews shoots one into the gap. An RBI double with 2 outs.
Congratulations, Merrick Matthews. First Hawkeye hit.
17-1. Nice piece of hitting there from Matthews to run the count full and then drive in the run.
He led Indian Hills last year with 39 RBIs. See if Kellen can keep it going here.
Iowa with 14 hits today. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup here with Strohmeyer in the box. First pitch to Kellen. Floats in there for a strike. 0-1. And we see, two Hawkeyes in the bullpen.
Yeah, I know Sam. I think there was some hope of maybe getting Sam Hart an inning here too, but you're running out of innings to get an inning.
Mm-hmm. We are in the 7th. Iowa up 17-1. Looks like a tall righty down there in the bullpen.
Tall righty. Go with Hackett there, perhaps. Dete does not meet that description.
On numerous fronts.
Sam Hart doesn't really meet that description, although he throws from the correct side.
Downstairs to Strohmeyer. He's worked a 2-1 count.
Rowan Daniels, really tall right-handed pitcher. Gannon Archer. Got a couple choices if you're talking tall right-hander.
I think I cheated right there a little bit, John. I may have seen the number. We'll get to it in a moment.
That would help.
2-1 to Strohmeyer. Swing and a miss. Fooled by that one. 2-2. I believe it's – I thought I had the number, but I don't think we're seeing Jack Whitlock, so it must not be 25. Must be something else. We'll figure it out when the time comes.
Then you go with 35 would be your option.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch to Strohmeyer. Called third strike. Low outside corner. Strohmeyer down on strikes. And that'll do it for the 7th. Iowa 17, Loras 1. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network? It's free for 30 days. Want to test drive U.S. Cellular even faster? Just get a race car driver to be your personal chauffeur.
Just let me buckle my... Whoa! Hey, my calls and data work great out here!
Test drive U.S. Cellular free for 30 days. Named the leader in 5G coverage in Iowa.
You can pull over now! Please?
U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Awards based on open signal independent data. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a deer. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye football.
Top of the 8th inning in Iowa City. The sun has set. The Hawkeyes lead Loras 17-1 under the lights now at Banks. Well, we were both wrong. We mentioned the name, but he was already warm. That was the problem. And so our guesses were a bit off. The Hawks will go to the bullpen and go to Ben DeTay.
Ben's a 6-foot redshirt senior, left-handed pitcher from Clive, Iowa, Valley High School. He and I had some great golf talks on the ride to Moline. Favorite golf course in Des Moines, Waveland Golf Course. He worked at the golf course there, but I'm really happy for Ben. Didn't play at all last year as he traveled to the Big Ten tournament 2 years ago, but had no chance of pitching as he had some issues with his arm, and great to see him back out there.
He was electric in the fall. Those fall games, wow, DeTay was super, and he will attack the bottom of the order, then up to the top. 9-1-2. As J.D. met him.
He made his Hawkeye debut when I did it against the Air Force there in Charleston 2 years ago. Ooh.
Here's one blooped into right center, and it's actually carrying well, and a nice piece of hitting there. It'll be a stand-up leadoff double for Medham. Man, off the bat, John, I didn't think that was going as deep as it did.
I thought it hung up in the air and went a long ways. I thought maybe the guys would have a chance to track it, but it just kept moving and kept going. And next thing you know, it flew 340 out into the right center field gap. Pinch runner here.
Center fielder, Max McCallum.
So a little bit more speed for Loras now out at second base. As the starting center fielder, McCallum, will come back in. DeTay looks in for the sign. He's got it. Iowa's got a pretty decent shift over to the right side for McCallum. First pitch strike from DeTay. Wind has totally died down. Flags are not being ripped off the poles as they were earlier today. This one fouled off to the left side, 0-2.
Anybody that heard your interview with Coach Heller pregame recognizes the wind was blowing hard.
Man, right at the end.
Do you just hunt for spots where the wind blows when you do that interview? That's why Coach said he liked my pregame interviews better.
Well, I don't know where you did yours. I think you might. Where'd you do yours? Indoors?
One of
Inside? Them. Coach Heller likes his spots, and as a creature of habit myself, I do too. But we always like to go right down the right field line, around the corner near the dugout. And I think it just comes around the corner of the stands a little bit. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strikeout for DeTay. Yeah, there's that little well kind of down there. And that's just where Coach Heller likes to do the interviews, and he pays attention to opposing batting practice.
Yeah, you can still see what's going on.
Yep. I always let him face the field. So if we got a problem, if we got a foul ball, if we got a ball coming towards us, I trust him to give me the proper communication to get out of the way there. DeTay fires a pitch in the dirt, ball one.
You're just going to catch it in the back of the nugget. It'll be that.
Yeah. DeTay fires a fastball just outside, that time 2-0. Plenty of Hawkeye athletics going on this week. It is a very, very busy week. The men's basketball team just tipped off in East Lansing, playing at Michigan State tonight. Big win on Saturday over Wisconsin to kind of stoke the embers of the possibility of an NCAA tournament run. Got to get hot here towards the end of the season.
Well, that was great fun. Kind of one of those things too. And I mentioned it on the air. I meant to mention on the air earlier Friday, but had the technical difficulties that caused some panic. But the team got together Thursday night.
Here's a ground ball to the right side. It'll spin foul. 1-2 now.
We were together Thursday night in the conference room in our hotel, and caught Caitlin Clark breaking the record. we were playing most of the time during the game on Saturday for the men's game, but we were able to kind of, some of us caught the end of that and like pleasantly surprised. The game kind of got away, as some of them have, but they fought back and figured out how to get it done.
2-2 lined into center. It'll get down for a base hit. Runners at the corners now for Loras in the 8th with 1 out. So the men playing Michigan State tonight. The women are at Indiana on Thursday, women's basketball team. We've got softball on the road. They continue their early season portion of their schedule. I have to admit, I don't know. Are they in Florida or California? I think they might be California this weekend. I'm not.
They were in Florida last weekend and got washed out.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, I would guess they're maybe back on the other side, because I think they've been in Florida 2 weeks in a row now.
Wrestling is at Oklahoma State.
What's your deal?
Weekend.
What do you got going? Track?
Yeah, we got Big Ten track championships and Big Ten swimming championships this weekend. So I'm kind of doing double with my role, but that's good. 1-0 pitch is a called strike at the knees to Rogers. Runners at the corners for Loras with 1 out in the 8th. 17-1 Iowa with the lead. Yeah, so men's wrestling at Oklahoma State. Women's wrestling getting to their postseason now. Called strike on the outside corner.
Good breaking ball there. Floated that one up, high part of the zone.
Tete looks in for the sign. Runner takes off. This is lifted high in the air to deep right center, carrying well. It'll one hop off the wall. Rogers is having a great game. They're going to try to send another runner, and he will score. Rogers gave that a ride, and 2 runs will score for Loras, 17-3.
Yeah, that was a 375 into the right center field gap. And again, I know the outfield isn't the normal outfield, but that throw kind of went a little wild, missed both cutoffs, and Connor Hennings came flying in from left field and actually kept it corralled, because otherwise Swales is going to have to bounce off third base and see if he can get it.
Here's a pop-up out of play to start the at-bat for Cullen. I believe this is a pinch hitter here.
Number 9.
I'm seeing a 9. Next pitch in there for a strike.
Aiden Herrick then, the junior?
Yes.
I'll buy that.
Right-handed hitter. Down on the count to Dete, 0-2. Couple runs across for Loras here in the 8th. 17-3, Iowa with the lead. Here's the pitch from Dete in the dirt. Good block by Moore.
Again, this is Ben's first appearance in a full year to end of 2022. So nearly 2 years since he's been on the mound. Struck him out looking there.
Called third strike at the knees. That one looked really good from up here, and there was a long pause. I was a little bit concerned that Dete wasn't going to get the call there.
It's 17-3, and the umpire was very energetic on that one.
Yeah.
he really wanted to punch him out. Maybe he's working on his game too, but again, I know we want every Hawkeye pitcher to get every opposing batter out, but Ben's got to work through some nerves and some jitters, and just kind of get his bearings out and get back out there on the mound. It's just great to have him back out there. He'll contribute as this year goes along.
Oh, 0-1 is hit foul out of play over our heads, 0-2.
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
That's the one thing I missed last weekend, John. Our walks on the road to go get you your sugar. Who replaced me?
Nobody. Sean Moore did go with me on one of the trips.
All right.
And actually, Zach went on another. So it takes a village to replace you,
Okay.
is what I guess I'm getting to.
Well, that first weekend in March at Ole Miss, we'll be back in the rhythm. Here's the 0-2 from Dete. Swing and a miss. That was a beauty. That thing floated in there and had the batter fooled. A couple of runs come across for Loras, but tip your cap to them. Just a good piece of hitting on both of those occasions. 3 hits in the inning for the Dewhawks. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 17-3, Iowa with the lead. You're listening to Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Watch the exciting Iowa women's basketball team play in the Big Ten tournament. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has just a few rooms available at the Marquette Hotel in downtown Minneapolis. The hotel is located just a few blocks and within an easy walk to the Target Center. This package is 2-night hotel only on March 8th and 9th with an option to purchase additional nights. Go to duagency.com to book this official Hawkeye women's basketball package. Click on vacations and group travel. Don't miss Hawkeye women's basketball in the Big Ten tournament. duagency.com.
Hey Iowans, Luka Garza here. For me to get to the NBA, I've worked on my speed, precision, and my shot. For you to get to the NBA, all you need is the Iowa Lottery. First, play bonus multiplier scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Then, enter non-winning tickets for your chance to win a VIP suite experience with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including food, hotel, and $1,000 cash. Plus, center court seats to see the Iowa Wolves. Enter today and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field for the first time here in 2024. Iowa leading Loras 17-3 as we get to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Hawks will have Hennings, Swales, and Mulfler due up to face a new Loras pitcher. They'll go with John Cornelius, a junior. He's a right-hander, stands at 6 foot tall. Local pitcher for Loras from Dubuque, attended Hempstead as he's finished his warm-up tosses, and Connor Hennings strolls to the batter's box. Iowa 2-1 on the season, seeking their 3rd win with a big tournament, big weekend coming up for the Hawks down in Jacksonville. John will have the radio coverage of each game. The 18th ranked Hawkeyes will play Auburn at 5 o'clock Central Time on Friday night. Pre-game coverage beginning at 4:30. Following day on Saturday, a top 20 matchup, 18th ranked Iowa against 14th ranked Virginia. First pitch at 3. John has pre-game coverage beginning at 2:30 down in Jacksonville. Central Time for all those games. 11 a.m. first pitch against Wichita State to round out the weekend. Here's the 0-1 to Hennings, up and in. That's ball 1. So Auburn, Virginia, and Wichita State. Tons of SEC teams on Iowa's schedule this year. Auburn being one of those opponents. 3 games against Ole Miss, 1 game against Georgia in Athens. Here's the 1-1 to Hennings. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So the competition really matches the ability of this Iowa team this season when it comes to the challenges that are on the schedule.
Oh, 100%. You got to kind of test yourself, see where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Good chance of that with this squad.
A ball and 2 strikes. The pitch to Hennings. That one looked good. It was good. Connor didn't swing at it. That's strike number 3.
Connor, I think it was in the fall and even early spring, really swung a good bat. He's kind of getting in his own head a little bit in his own way right now. He's got to kind of shake off that.
1 down in the 8th. Here's Swales. Ben's done a nice job at third base this evening. First pitch, high, about eye level, ball 1.
Hit by a pitch back in the 4th, reached on an error in the 6th.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball that stayed high. A little miscommunication between the pitcher and the catcher there as the catcher didn't come up with it.
Kind of looked like he got crossed up.
Yeah.
Before he chased it, he even gave the pitcher a little eye there.
Yeah. Hitters count here for Swales. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, bases empty for Swales. The pitch, ooh, it's up and in. It got him on the elbow. Hit by a pitch, and Swales will toss the bat and jog down to first.
87-mile-an-hour fastball as it cools off isn't much fun.
He tried to get out of the way, but it had that kind of that ride, right, that came up and in and sort of followed him as he tried to get away.
Brody got a guy Friday night with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball up on the hands. I don't think he played the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I was listening to you, and you had mentioned that, and I feared that could have been the case, right? You take a fastball from Brody, you take a slider, you take any pitch from Brody in the hand, and you are going to be hurting.
Yeah, there's no part of that that's good. You don't sign up and say, "Yeah, coach, put me in to take that one."
Moelfler's the batter for the Hawks now. 1 out. Runner at first will try a pickoff move. It gets away, and Swales will hop up and sprint down to second.
Just having a little trouble here. The catcher, when he threw it back to the pitcher 2 balls ago, rolls out to the second baseman where he's got to grab it, and then that throw there. Getting late, early in the year, you really need to focus in on these last few outs for both teams.
Cornelius ready, deals it low, ball 2.
Iowa men's basketball down 21-19, about halfway through the first half.
Pretty high scoring. Hawks shooting 53% from the field. That's all right. Giving up a few threes, though. Michigan State's knocked down 5 already.
Yeah, the Michigan State 3-point game keeping them close.
Yeah. And a balk on Loras' pitcher, and so Swales will go from second to third.
We maybe now have seen everything today.
Yeah, I think checking off quite a few of those boxes, right? Swales at third, 1 out in the inning. Iowa up 17-3. Cornelius comes set, ready to deal it to Moelfler. Here it comes. Swing and a miss.
Good fastball. Got that inside. He's got good velocity on the fastball, and it has decent enough ride on it. Was able to bust Will in on the inside part, so even though he was looking fastball, was able to make it not hittable. Didn't really give in.
Two balls and a strike. The pitch to Moelfler is low, ball 3.
See if Will can get going. Will in a midweek game 2 years ago hit just an absolute shot to left field.
3-1. Got hit by that one. Couldn't quite get out of the way. That one got him up and in on the left arm. So runners at the corners. Another one of those situations where that was ball 4, Will. Going to save the damage to the body.
Go ahead and get out of the way, Will. It's all right. Appreciate the team. Appreciate taking one for the team, but you don't have to on that one.
Right. I think he's filled up his respect tank, right? He doesn't need to do something like that. Teammates respect him plenty. Here's Reese Moore.
All right, get back on the double train, Reese.
Yeah. First pitch to Reese, breaking ball downstairs. That had a lot of movement on it. Moore thought about swinging at it, but didn't. Ball 1.
Yeah, I think Reese was looking fastball, recognized, hey, wait, that's not it, and was able to hold off.
(1-0) hit well to right, carrying the right fielder, giving chase over his head. 1 run will score. They're going to send Moelfler. Moore digging for 3. Here comes the throw. It's high. It's nearly into the Loras dugout, and it'll be a triple for Reese Moore. He'll one-up you, John.
I guess so. So what we've determined is Reese can't hit a single.
Impossible for him.
Doubles are fine. Triples are fine. I still haven't seen the home run from him. But, again, we talked about sneaky catcher wheels. That's from the hit, he made a decision. I'm going as far as I can go. As Pully was out in front of him, he said, "You know what? They're still chasing this. I'm on the move." 108 exit velo.
He's been outstanding. Ball really jumping off of his bat. 19-3 Iowa now in the 8th. Here's Wilmus. First pitch high above the hands. Ball 1.
Well, he's, we've talked a lot about it for different guys, but another one of those guys that's saying, you're going to need to find a place for me.
Yep.
Whether it's when Cade Moss comes back, or if you're going to find a place for me at least once a weekend. Ooh, behind him.
That one goes behind Wilmus. Moore will score as he sprints down from third.
Ben had I've got to get out of the way, and then he decided, no, I'm better off just staying right here.
If he would have backed up any, he would have worn it. Cornelius will take a quick lap around the mound and regroup before climbing up the backside of the mound. 20-3 Iowa in the 8th.
Yeah, Reese 3 for 4 today, a couple walks. Scored 3 runs, so nice day for Reese.
2-0 to Wilmus. Low and out, ball 3. 1 out in the inning. Bases are empty now.
Green light, maybe?
Sure, why not? Here's a 3-0. Red light.
Ben's like Seegers. He's not really the guy that's going to swing at 3-0, even if he's got a green light. But, I mean, it's a low fastball. Umpire maybe stretches out the strike zone a little bit there because of the 3-0 pitch.
3-1 now. Here it comes to Wilmus. Ooh, he drives this one deep to left. Left fielder going back. It gets hung up just a bit, and the catch is made on the warning track. Wilmus gave it a ride, but he's out number 2.
I'm not 100% sure that Cornelius is trying to hit all these spots, but again, got that fastball kind of inside part of the plate, jammed Wilmus just enough that ball isn't going to travel now on the cold night.
Andy Nelson in the box for the Hawkeyes now. Base is empty, 2 outs. First pitch to Andy. Called strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1 popped up. Catcher's got a lot of action today, and this catcher cannot come up with it. It bounces fair and then trickled foul on the spin.
Yeah, he did not touch it, so fortunately for him, although Coach Heller's going to at least ask hey, did he touch it? I didn't think he did. I thought he kind of ripped at it but missed.
I'd like to see the first baseman come down there.
100%. Yep. Somebody's got to call that catcher off there. It's just an easier play. Now, again, it requires a lot of hustle, but that ball was up in the air a long ways and had plenty of opportunity to sneak in there.
New life for Nelson, 0-2. Cornelius comes set. Catcher setting up outside away from Andy. The pitch, check swing, didn't go, doesn't matter. Called third strike. Nelson down on strikes to end the 8th. We'll go to the 9th, Iowa 20, Loras 3. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Top of the 9th inning in Iowa City. Glad to have you along with us today in the broadcast booth. Iowa 20, Loras 3. And in to get the final 3 outs of tonight's ball game, Justin Hackett, the right-hander. He comes in from the bullpen.
6'3", 220-pound sophomore from Winterset, Iowa. By way of TCU, took again the long circular route to get to Iowa City. It's very rare that you have to say, hey, you got to get to Fort Worth and then take a right, come back, and Iowa City, you'll be on your left. And, so, yeah, different track, but appeared in 6 games last year for TCU, 6 1/3 innings, struck out 9. So good to have him back home. Get another one of those guys, first time I really got to spend some time with on the trip, and had a lot of fun. So looking forward to seeing his debut here in the black and gold.
Hard-throwing righty. And it looks like over the top a little bit too.
Yeah. Not maybe not quite Luke Llewellyn, but somewhere up in that general direction.
Out of the windup, the first pitch from Hackett backs the batter off the plate.
Wasn't that
ball 1?
Wasn't that far inside?
Patrick Hayes was a little bit dramatic there. It was close. Maybe he caught the edge.
Yeah, I'd say could have been a strike.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. High heater, went after it.
Yeah, both pitches here so far been right at 90. Had a warm-up pitch there, 91, 92. So good velocity.
1-1. Ooh, goes with the off-speed, swing and a miss.
And then silly 78-mile-an-hour curveball there.
It's fun watching the dugout react right now. They're really firing Hackett up. Here comes the 1-2. That's low. A lot of vertical break on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of that traditional 12-6 curveball. Just didn't get it started high enough.
I'm sensing that Hackett feeds off this energy. This is the most active the dugout has seemed today. Here comes the 2-2. Just low and in, ball 3. Very close.
Another good location.
When you got 2 strikes, it's kind of interesting how you don't swing at that one. Very close. This one's foul out of play over to the right side.
Well, some of it might be just I'm not going to get to that one, and so you don't swing at it because you don't know what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But DiBenedetto's done a nice job. Made contact pretty well. He's got a hit. Probably had another one that was taken away from him.
3-2 is a breaking ball. That is low and out of the zone. That's ball 4.
Actually, that wasn't DiBenedetto.
Yeah, that's Hayes.
Yeah,
Hayes is on.
Number 14, Jake Zeal.
The Gamecast just gave up, I guess.
Yeah. Hard to keep track, making these late changes. Another change in for Loras. Here's Jake Zeal, left-handed batter for the Hawkeyes. He's a freshman. First pitch to him, high and out, ball 1. Hackett trying to find the zone a bit here.
Yeah, the breaking balls haven't been as competitive. The fastballs have all been right around the zone, but let's find a way now to get it back in there.
1-0 pitch, swung on and missed.
Because this has got 4-6-3 double play written all over it.
Does it ever? Yeah.
Andy will flip it to Gable, who will flip it over to Matthews, and we'll be 2 outs closer.
You got to get to bed, John. You got early morning tomorrow. I
got to get to bed. We got to get packed. We got stuff to do. Got Jacksonville. Yeah. Practice tomorrow night. I got to get loose.
Yeah.
Takes me a long time.
Yeah. That's going to be great. I'm excited for you. That'll be a really good trip. And pulling for the Hawks to get a few wins down there. Ball and a strike. Hackett comes set, takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch. Popped up, foul. Over to the left side. It'll get out of play, 1-2.
Yeah, I always played in these Karabakh events all 3 years. There was Grapevine and Round Rock, and now they've added another one in Jacksonville. And they're well-run tournaments. It feels like a regional. The teams will obviously feel like a regional.
1-2. Beauty of a breaking ball, and it froze Zeal. Called third strike.
Finally started it high enough so that when the bottom fell out of it, it just dropped right in the bottom part of the zone.
That was more of that 12-6 vertical break, right, that rolled off the table. All right, right-handed batter. This is Colin Kissane, runner at first with one out. First pitch from Hackett, high and out, ball one.
Yeah, just to kind of finish that, I know Coach Heller's looked for some of those. You know, he likes the early season tournaments that kind of give you that feel in a bigger ballpark, gives you some exposure to that.
There's a fastball just high, ball two.
So, you know, when we show up to Omaha the first time, you know, it's going to be, you know, hey, we've played in a ballpark this big, and then, you know, depending on where your regional or super regional is, okay, this isn't, you know, that's the trip to Oxford, Mississippi. You know, that's a good trip.
Here's a fly ball to deep left center field. It's carrying well, and it will hop off the base of the wall. Picked up out there. They're going to put the red light, slam the brakes on the runner at third. So now two in scoring position for the Dewhawks in the ninth.
Well, he hit that 378. Couldn't have been much more than that to get it out if he'd have got just a little bit more on it. But good contact there. But, you know, the Texas Tech trip, the Ole Miss trip coming up, playing in these classics in the bigger ballparks. I mean, it's all intentional. You know, it's to give them experience, to see that sort of atmosphere. And missed up high there, ball one. Looked like a strike.
Very close.
I guess that's the 12-6, so you don't get that to catch the top of the zone very often. You're going to fool the umpire more often than not with that.
A ball and no strikes. The pitch from Hackett, struggling to find the zone here, now 2-0. Hackett will take a deep breath and regroup, then get back on the rubber. Runners at second and third with one out. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. McDowell was tardy on that one.
36-28 Iowa at the under 4 timeout. The
excellent
East Lansing House of Horrors.
Hard to win at Breslin.
In almost any sport.
Yeah. Swing and a miss there. 2 strikes. 2-2 now. Gotta wonder, that must be a post presence there for the Hawks, scoring in the paint, because I saw the stat there of only knocked down a couple of threes, but somehow getting a lot of points. Pitch inside, full count now.
Patrick McCaffrey.
All right.
4 for 4, 4 for 5 from the line, 12 points. Ben Cricky, 8. Peyton Sanford, 7. The only one of the threes.
There's a called third strike on the outside corner, 2 down.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll's conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City, a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Nicely done on the live reads today, John. You are in mid-season form, my friend. 2 down in the ninth. First pitch strike. That was a beauty from Hackett. He goes with the off speed to get it started.
Yeah, 69-mile-an-hour breaking ball there after throwing the 90-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Popped up, shallow center. Hennings comes together with Strohmeyer. It's Hennings in left. He dropped it.
Didn't see that coming.
No. And so 2-run score for Loras. 20-5 now. Still 2 outs. And we've got one more out got to get here.
Number 6, Diego Huerta.
Pinch hitter into the game for Loras. Diego Huerta, freshman infielder, right-handed hitter. He'll face Hackett. First pitch from Justin, swing and a miss. Good cut there from Huerta, but comes up empty.
Not absolving Connor of anything at this point, but first time under the lights again. You know, he didn't play in the game Friday night. You know, so it's a different deal. First time in the field actually for Iowa as he had a pinch hit appearance, but It's why this game's important.
Yes.
You know, it's why getting out there and getting some guys out there is a big deal.
Ball and a strike. The pitch from Hackett. Called strike on the inside corner. Loras down to their final strike this evening.
Umpire might have stretched the zone there. He felt bad for Justin that
Yeah.
he should have been out of the inning already.
Yeah. Hackett comes set. He's got the sign from Moore. Here comes the 1-2. Low, blocked by Moore. It skips away, and the runner will advance from second to third.
Good choice there to eat that, as he thought about throwing it down to third, but would not have gotten the runner. Do you have Coach Sutherland postgame?
I do. Marty will be up in the postgame. We'll take a break after this game, and then we'll get your final thoughts, and then we'll get Marty on here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Hackett, that's low and in, ball 3.
It's another one of those tricky ones. It doesn't look that low, and then you see it on TrackMan, and it certainly was.
Yes. See if Hackett can put an end to this game. Full count, the pitch. Lined foul. Good contact there. Knocked it over to the right side. Do it again. The count full. Iowa leading 20-5. Hackett ready. The pitch. Ground ball to short. Mitchell is there. He'll scoop it up. He'll throw it over to first, but it's low and it gets past Matthews. Run scores. Third of the inning. It's 20-6. Now we're getting to the point where not finishing this game particularly strong.
Well, you're gonna take a happy Coach Heller, and you're gonna make him a not happy Coach Heller. And again, I get that some of these guys are backups, and some of these guys are in unusual spots. But if Coach Heller puts you in that spot, he expects you to do the job and finish it up. And it's a throw, not Gable's best throw from short, but not a terrible throw. But you got a different first baseman in there. You know, we talked about every first baseman thinks he's going to scoop everyone, and wasn't able to come up with that one.
20-6, 2 down in the ninth. One more out to get. Hackett's been putting forth a good effort on the mound. Needs a little help behind him. First pitch, strike to Vince Polizzi.
Yeah, Justin's done what you want to do. You got your soft fly to kind of get you out of it, and didn't come up with that play, and then you get a ground ball, and you don't come up with that play.
Fastball just outside to the Loras pinch hitter. Hackett ready. Here comes the 1-1. Fly ball straight over our head. 1-2. And again, Hackett's got 2 strikes on an opposing hitter. See if he can take care of himself here. Get a strikeout.
Yeah, if he can miss a bat here, maybe get him to chase that breaking ball. Throw a competitive one so he's willing to chase it.
1-2. Floats too high. Didn't have enough break on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that one had more horizontal than vertical, almost like he threw a little bit different pitch there.
Comes set, and here's the next pitch. Way high. Reese Moore pops out of his stance and stops it from going to the backstop. Full count.
It's a great 9th inning snag from Reese.
Yep.
I don't know how many pitches exactly Iowa's thrown this game, but come up with that catch was pretty good. 151, so it's actually been fairly efficient here.
Here's the 3-2. Foul back to the screen. These Loras hitters are doing a nice job hanging in there in each at-bat. We've seen very competitive at-bats from them.
Yeah, they've really hung in there. You know, you think about the Iowa pitching staff striking out a lot of guys, just 9 strikeouts today. And I realize these aren't the high-volume strikeout guys that some of the weekend guys are, but still done a really nice job.
3-2, swing and a miss. Overpowered him with that fastball.
I did my best to reverse whammy that.
Yeah, it got to double digits there with the 10th strikeout. Ends the game. The Hawks win it 20-6. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and begin our post-game coverage of the Hawkeye winner this afternoon. Listening to Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
True cannabis products like concentrates, vapes, tablets, creams are available legally in Iowa, but only at licensed medical dispensaries. Get a med card online, quick and easy. I got mine in less than a day. Chronic pain is the most common condition. Search for Bud & Mary's online or call their dispensary to learn how you can get your med card. Bud & Mary's grows real cannabis, not hemp. That means their products contain real THC with no percentage limits. Find an Iowa licensed dispensary near you at budmary.com.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to Duane Banks Field. Iowa improves to 3-1 on the season with a 20-6 winner over Loras this evening in the 2024 home opener. A gorgeous day with a great crowd on hand to take this one in. John Evans, we'll get your post-game thoughts, your final thoughts on the win tonight.
You know, just looking, 15 hits, so, you know, nice job there. Not only 15 hits, but you had, 10 of those. 10 of the 15 were extra base hits, so you had couple home runs, 7 doubles, a triple, and more to the point, you know, over the weekend it was focused on a couple guys. You know, today you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different guys have hits. So, you know, those 15 you spread them out pretty well up and down the lineup as well, and you had guys you really wanted to see start to get hits. Huck had the big home run. Siegs had a good hit in the limited time that he played. So, you know, that part was good. You flip it over, you look at the pitching staff, you know, you're going to love the first 6 innings, or you're at least going to think the first 6 innings were pretty good. Then you're going to get to the last 3, and maybe a head scratch just a little bit more. Reese Buter threw 22 pitches, only had 12 strikes. That's the part that maybe is a little concerning, gave up 3 hits and a run. Dete was around the strike zone, 23 pitches, 17 strikes, so you're happy about that part of it. And again, I've probably got a little bit more grace for him when it's been almost 2 years since he's been on the mound. And then, you know, Hackett was hard luck, but then didn't help himself either. You know, 36 pitches and 20 strikes. So, you know, you want to see him throw a few more strikes. But again, it's his Hawkeye debut too, so different deal for him. But overall, you know, tons and tons of positives, and probably most importantly was, you know, of those 7 pitchers, 6 of them were guys that didn't throw this weekend. So good to get them on the mound and get them some game action, you know, live against another team and get them going. So that part's good. You got a lot of guys competitive at bats. And, you know, Reese Moore did a nice job. Caught another full game behind the plate, which for him, you know, that's game number 2. So, you know, every game behind the plate for him is good experience. It's information he can process and use to get better.
Keep building, keep growing. All right, John, just a preview of the weekend ahead. You're on the flight to Jacksonville tomorrow to cover the games on the Hawkeye Radio Network beginning Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pregame coverage begins. First pitch against Auburn at 5. Your thoughts headed into that weekend?
I haven't looked at, you know, what exactly Auburn and Virginia and Wichita State, you know, how their weekends went. I feel like I saw something with Virginia's weekend where they scored a ton of runs. You know, so it'll be a test for the pitching staff. You know, obviously, you know, that Virginia should be, you know, if you're mapping it out, that's Marcus's start, and you know, it'll be a good test. Ball State was a nice team, but Virginia will be a step up in class, and so can Marcus take that outing and build on it? You know, we argued last year that I thought Marcus in the Big Ten was Big Ten Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah.
I get that it's the full season and all, but I like his chances. I like the whole team's chances, and you know, finally maybe get that monkey off the Wichita State back.
Yes. Well, excited to listen to you, John. We know you'll do a great job and bring back a few victories for the Hawkeyes, and we'll see you next Tuesday the 27th.
That's the plan, my friend.
All right, we're joined now by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our postgame show from Duane Banks this evening. Hawks win it 20-6. Marty, your thoughts on the win this afternoon?
Well, I think you come into a game like this, and what you're hoping to do is get a lot of guys in, right? You're going to do that on the mound. So we had a bunch of 8 different guys got in there, and we were able to get all the position players in there. So a lot of guys first time out there, Ben Swales and some other guys. Well, I'm out of breath. You guys got to give me time coming up the steps. I'm fat and out of shape. But anyway, that's kind of what you're thinking about is opportunity to get some guys going, from a weekend offensively where we didn't quite perform the way we wanted to, and then get a bunch of guys in there who haven't been out there so much. So from that standpoint, really good, and then obviously coming out with a win.
Sam Peterson with 3 hits today for the Hawks. John and I talked about him a lot, though. Reese Moore, 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, 3 runs batted in, drew 2 walks, and did a great job behind the plate catching all the pitches today.
Yeah, and John and I talked a little bit about this on Sunday. Just really happy for Reese, a guy who won state championship, in baseball and was a 4-year starter and coming into college, those guys aren't used to not being able to play. And you spend a full year not being able to get on the field. Went out this summer, and he'd probably be the first to tell you the summer didn't go great. It was a rough summer, but still got out there and saw some pitches, had a decent fall. But, man, he's really really came on after break. He came back ready to go. He was great in all of his live at-bats against our guys, and he's just continued to do that. And, he's going to find himself in the lineup quite a bit. You do that type of thing, and the most important thing to me as I just watch is just his control of the strike zone. He doesn't get rushed. He's hitting balls. A couple. I think the one double is 109. I mean, he can generate some stuff. He gives you some pop, and obviously he's doing that with a couple doubles. And he didn't want a double, I guess, the last time. And I told him you're lucky the kid threw a grenade to third base because you were going to be out. But anyway. Great for him and just good at bats. And, he gets 3 for 4 and then he walks another couple times. I mean, just really quality at bats out of him. And really, like you said, Petey, and just some good things. Michael hits the ball hard and double. I think we had 10 extra base hits. You do that, you're going to score a bunch of runs, and just saw a lot of good things out of it. Ben Wilmus had a good night, hit some balls hard. Huck with the grand slam. Some guys who, had rough first weekends came out and got some things going, which is exactly what you want going into, what we know will be a challenging weekend.
Let's talk about that weekend before we let you go. We start right off the rip with Auburn and then Virginia and Wichita State. Just your thoughts previewing the next few games.
Well, very well coached, all three teams. Wichita State's got a new coach, but it's Brian Green, who was at Washington State. We played those guys in Frisco a few years ago. We just know they do really good jobs. Obviously, Virginia and Auburn, the traditions they have speak for themselves. So it'll be a great challenge, in that regard. And I know the arm we'll see from Auburn Friday night. It's a pretty high velo guy, probably in the upper. We'll probably reach some upper 90s. So that'll be a really good challenge. I'm sure it'll be a great crowd. So, we'll be ready to go for that, and it's exciting to go into those environments, and kind of feels a little bit like a regional setting, which obviously you hope you're going to be in that situation down the road. But we got to continue to get better. I don't want to, sidestep the pitching too. Elliott gets his first opportunity as a Hawkeye, goes out there and throws a ton of strikes. Chaz, Jack, Brian Hogue both have clean innings. We turned 3 double plays. I mean, really, it was a great night until really at the end. That leaves a little bitter taste. We make 2 errors. Make Justin throw an extra probably 10, 15 pitches. He deserved a lot better, than that. But overall, the free bases, I think we had 3 or 4 in that last inning. We still stayed under 10. But, it was a really good night and got a bunch of guys out there. We got Reese Buter back out there. But then, Elliott, Chaz, Jack, Ben, and Justin kind of got out there for the first time. So that's what you want out of a game like this. You guys know, you've watched these. That's not what you're guaranteed. Every baseball game is tough. You got to go out and do your job. And tonight we were able to do that. And again, give a lot of opportunities to guys who haven't been out there quite too many times to this point. So that part was really good. And now we turn around and get on a plane and go to Jacksonville. But I know our groups are excited for that challenge.
I think Hawkeye Nation is equally as excited, or at least trying to match that as we get this season going. So really looking forward to the weekend ahead, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our post-game show from Duane Banks. All right, Iowa beats Loras tonight 20-6. We'll head down to Jacksonville now for the weekend to come. First pitch against Auburn is Friday night at 5 p.m. Central Time, 4:30. Pre-game coverage will begin. John Evans will have the call from Jacksonville all weekend. We'll be back at home Tuesday, February 27th, hosting Northern Illinois at 4:05 p.m. at Duane Banks Field. John will talk to you on Friday night, beginning at 4:30 on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Iowa beats Loras tonight 20-6. We'll talk to you on Friday. Have a great rest of your night. Every day is a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Oak Knoll Retirement Community. Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes. And by Bud & Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy online. Get your medical card today. Visit budmary.com. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.